Hello everyone. So I've been trying to troubleshoot my capture card. It's just not working and I wanted to try and do the sponsored stuff today, so I'm just been trying to figure that out. Just because literally the cable I needed just arrived like 20 minutes ago and I was like, oh, I'll just plug it in and it'll work, right? No. It did not work. Spoiler alert. Just a little weird because usually my capture card does just work, to be honest. So I'm gonna work on figuring that one out. The cable works like if I plug so it's to connect my phone. So if I connect my phone to like just a monitor, it works. But when I plug it into my capture card won't show it on my OBS. So it won't show in my OBS, and then the annoying part is that the capture card is there. Like it sees the capture card. But it's not liking it. So like my OBS can see the capture card, it just black screens. So I don't really know what to do about that, to be honest. I don't really know how to fix that one. I'm gonna be, yeah, just like I say, kind of honest with you. So yeah, that's the thing, basically, TLDR. So I think we might just have to do it via an emulator. So I'm probably just going to set up that while we get going today. And all that kind of good stuff. So, our players are ready, though, so let's get started and kick off into some PvP to start the day off. Excuse me for being a bit distracted. Like I said, I've just been trying to sort those things out. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just trying to get it set up on the other thing. I agree. Beautiful. In game in a moment, guys. Just want to try and get this started. Yeah, mute that as well. So I'll mute that. It's installing. So we should be able to just do it through that. Perfect. All right. Sorry for that, guys. Like I say, a little bit of a hectic start. Are all the games live, or are there replays later in the day? 6 out of 7 series are live. My cap is usually like 6 best of 3s of time is a pretty reasonable amount of time to have people here for groups today. So we're going to do 6 series live. The very last series on the schedule, which is like Hero Creator, I want to say. It's a PvP. It's either Hero Creator or Hero Classic. I'm pretty sure it's Hero Creator. That one is going to be from replay, but that's going to be played at the same time as the other games, so it's not like it was played yesterday or a couple days ago. It was just played, you know, it's going to be played in like an hour or something. So yeah, that's the scenario. Gonna throw us on the TKL stream, and I'm gonna try and chill out because I could not get that to work for the life of me, and it really annoyed me. Technology and streaming, you think they'd work together seamlessly? My problem is I have nothing easily nearby to test my capture card on. Like, I don't know if it's the I had no easy way of testing like whether it's just OBS reading the capture card is not going well, or is it is it that, or is it like my capture card just isn't sending anything to the PC. Like, I actually have no idea which one the problem is in. So yeah, I'm not really yeah, I'm not really sure what the situation is, to be honest. Yeah, I just don't have the firmware. It's been so long. I wonder if I've ever used my capture card on this PC, actually. It might have been just that long since we've done a sponsored game, but Sure, he did some streaming of like a mobile game in the last year and a bit. I don't even know. I guess I can check that out later on. Well, I guess I can... Screw it. Never mind, that's not going to be easy. Of course not. Alright, yeah, we'll just say screw it and just do it the other way, guys. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, there's some PvP going on. As you can see, a couple stalkers and sentries are going back and forth with each other and being a little bit of an annoyance to start us off in the early stages. So just going to get some pressure going on with a couple stalkers and the adepts, trying to get something done here as we make some progress in the, like I say, first few moments. Let's just have the couple probes coming about. It's an oracle on the way. Sorry, I've just been a distracted start, guys. My apologies. Alright. I did the Star Trek thing on an emulator as well. I did not. No. I did the Star Trek on my phone. But I've got a new phone since then, so I don't know if it's just it doesn't like the new connection, or if my capture card's just not working for some reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know what the problem is, really. So, yeah. Probably would have been better just to not try and set it up 10 minutes before the stream, but like usually I just plug it in and use it. Like, it's weird because I don't use my capture card a lot. My capture card really does just sit there a lot of the time and just sits under my desk and is waits to be used. But the rare time I use it, I just plug it in and I play, you know? Like, it doesn't really usually get that complicated. At least I didn't think it did. But alas, here we are. So, alas, here we are. So yeah, I'm not really sure what the dealio is. As you do see, a bunch of probes going down. 10 workers killed. 11 workers killed. DKL just doesn't care about probies, man. This is the Korean Royale. I should have probably led with that as well. Oh, it's been a start of a day for sure, hasn't it? Look, I'll put the Korean Royale logo on, then you guys can never be surprised. Boom. Alright, sick. Super sick. Alright, I am set up to stream it though, so that's good. Solved in the short term, not solved in the long term. Alright, let's probably dive into this PvP then, as we just get ourselves a blink upgrade on the way through. So we're going to be starting off with that at the very least, and we actually have ourselves the oracles coming in for a few more workers. I mean, Classic took a lot of damage. His army's okay, but I don't know if it's good enough to really go through an Immortal here. With good force fields, it's definitely going to help. A lot of those Stalkers not able to get involved. The battery is in reach, so the Immortal is going to be saved for a while. Gives it more time to get damage done. Now we're going to step back through, and those Stalkers are going to try and get in after that Stalker as well, trying to get a little bit more damage done for the moment. But yeah, Classic losing a lot of workers early is going to set him up into a little bit of a disastrous start, to say the least. We have our Nexus, our Immortal, all still building up. So just going to try and see Predator going straight to a third base. He's not afraid at all. He has pulled the probes a little bit here, though. I mean, a new Immortal, I think, is going to, for the most part, get you out of trouble. There's no force fields this time, so you can't go in and, like, you know, grab a couple of good force fields, just, you know, section the Immortal off. Or we just blink into it and we just kill it. The probes are kind of sat back. The Oracle's, by the way, back for another 10 probes. So Classic is once again taking an absolute worker beatdown. And he's about to have to deal with another Immortal, so again, the fact that these Immortals just keep popping out, like, he's never really getting a great Stalker count, and every bit of progress he's making is basically, hey, I just shoot through the Immortal, and that's it for now, you know? It just keeps on kind of hitting a little bit of a brick wall. As the charge and the Immortal continue through, the couple of probes in the Nexus coming about, the Stalkers are going to blink in, they're going to go after this Immortal as well. They're going to take that out, so the Immortal will fall. Stalker stepping back over, a few probes, and the Zell continue to come in as well here. Just looking to try and keep on chasing. A couple more workers going down for now. Let's see those Stalkers still able to get in after a few more probes. A little bit more damage being done toward the very tail end of this. And yeah, I mean, game should kind of just really fizzle out for Classic unless he can do more. And I just don't see this being the right amount of units to do that. He blinks in. He is going to get the Immortal again. And that's what keeps him kind of going, getting rid of these Immortals. And he is getting rid of the units that kind of create a need to defend with. Another Immortal on the way. This time he's actually going to get rid of a few more Stalkers. This is quite serious. Because now you might actually get to a point where there is only the Immortal. And if there's only the Immortal, maybe you really do have a chance. This is quite a committed dive. Oh, the Zealot popping the Immortal barrier is huge early. They actually blink away without taking an Immortal shot there. Now we're going to get a couple shots on it. Battery is going to eat an energy recharge up. We lose the Stalker to the Immortal hit. It's a messy start, but now we get rid of the Immortal, and we're back to the same situation of just shooting down Stalkers. And does Creator not have a defense? He does not. Classic is going to do it. I did not actually see that one coming because I genuinely thought Classic was far and away out of touch from where he needed to be. So, not ideal. Alright guys, hello, what's up? I'm so sorry for the start. I just don't like it when things don't work, and I appreciate we didn't really need it to work right now, really, but in my head, I was gonna make it work, so it was really annoying me that I couldn't get it to work. So, yes, hello, how are we doing? Good to see you guys, thanks for joining us. The whole hoo-ha is over the Marvel Strike Force sponsorship, which we've got going on. And we're going to stream that a little bit later today, so if you guys want to help out and get ahead and join us, all you got to do is jump onto the download link. If you !Marvel in the Twitch chat, will give you the link. It's a mobile-only situation. There is a QR code that pops up if you want to do that instead. But basically, like, download the game. We get money the moment you download the game. So straight up, like, if you guys download the game, bam, StarCraft. Okay, that's not quite how it works, but we get money, and we typically do put sponsorship money like this into StarCraft 2 tournaments because you guys are going out of your way to do things to help. And if you guys are going out of your way to do things to help, the best way to use that money, in my eyes, is to fund StarCraft tournaments. So if you want to help fund some StarCraft 2 tournaments for free, we're going to talk about this a lot today and over the next few days because these things do work. These things are worthwhile. I wouldn't take them on as offers if they were not. But do check out the Marvel Strike Force. Obviously, leveling up is amazing because as you level up, you get to the point where you add more money, basically, supporting the stream. But the other thing that you can do on this one, which I don't think we've really had before, is usually these games have daily objectives. And if you clear the daily objectives 2 days in a row, it's actually a really big kind of support bundle. So if you basically play the game 2 days back to back and do the daily objectives, which I don't know yet because I've not played it yet, but I can only imagine aren't they aren't too tough. Then I would imagine that then we get a big chunk of money from that as well. So check that out. We're going to talk about it a bunch. We'll just need to convince you guys to try it out. And like I say, we'll probably play it on stream a little bit later on today. I'm on a little bit of a timer today, not like a huge, hard timer, but I'm going to try and at least get like a half hour to an hour of the Marvel Strike Force in at the end of the StarCraft 2 today. So you should see some of it on the stream and see what it's about. If you want to wait until then, all good as well. Just doing some early mentions of the Marvel Strike Force as we kick off the WardiTV Korean Royale Group B. Fun group, Creator Classic. We've got herO playing later today. We're going to have GuMiho and Rogue playing later today as well. Today we'll not see any games from Bjorn or Shin, but they will come around on day 2 and 3 of Group B, which will come up later this week. I believe it's Sunday or Saturday. No, it's not Saturday. I'm not here on Saturday. It's Sunday for the WardiTV Korean Royale Group B day 2. So it's a fun group. It's an awesome thing. I really love this tournament. I'm so happy we were able to bring it back. I was not sure we were going to be able to. There was money concerns. There was honestly just player concerns, like getting enough people to actually want to take part, but they did. We got everyone here. And hence we can sit back and enjoy some Korean StarCraft 2 today. So let's do exactly that as we chill out from our earlier escapades and get back on track. Proby chasing a Proby. Cybercore's coming up. Nexus on the way through as we take a few moments. Just going to have ourselves the Cybercore finishing very soon. The Probe is coming about. The Nexus still going for a few moments. And we just have ourselves a couple of Stalkers and the Warp Gate all coming about as well. So just getting a lot of this on the way for the early few moments. Nothing too crazy overall. Just going to see the Probe nibbling at the other Probe. And from there, just going to be having ourselves, a couple of Stalkers and the Warp Gate coming through. Also, bringing that straight online for the moment. So Robo Facility and a couple of Adepts will come up. We get the Warp Gate on the way through as well, just bringing that straight into play. sentry comes by, those couple gateways coming online, the warp gate as well, with the sentry in production. So again, we get a lot of this on the way through. As the Stalker and Sentry together, we'll just join up at the front, but we've got the Proxy Robot from Creator, so he's trying to get right into the aggression of this opening series of his tournament with this Robo facility, and that hallucination does indeed scout it, so Classic is very much so in the know. He has chosen to expand, so he's chosen for the earlier kind of expand here and to set up with that. You do see 2 gateways on the way out from Classic, a couple of probes, the Warp Gate, and then the Immortal Sentry Warp Gate coming up from Creator as well. So all of that coming through. The Stargate on the way, Gateway and the Warp Gate coming up as well. Those 2 Adepts will make their way, shading toward the natural, shading in toward the main base. Still a couple of moments. Proby's going to call through. The Adept going to take some damage. 2 more Stalkers in production currently. You got that Robo Bay coming up from Creator, so he's already realizing that maybe this is not going to work on like a full-on just Immortal bust. But he's going to get the Robo Bay, and typically then you get a Disruptor, and you look for some big Disruptor shots to kind of kickstart your aggression and to really kick you into action. So imagining that that is the idea right now as these few units gather up. We look for a little bit of a poke into the Stalker Sentry. Gonna pop the Immortal Barrier, and the Phoenix on the way from Classic as well. So Phoenix coming by, and go back and forth a little bit here. Stalker will take some shots, a couple of force fields coming down. Stalker ends up going down, a couple of sentries have to pull back for a moment. And I'm just gonna see one more force field coming down in return. That sentry loads up, peels off over to the side for now. Seeing the few Adepts just going to shade once more. That's going to be that first Disruptor then going to come up. We'll see how much it can do. It's going to be interesting. I mean, it's always scary when those Disruptors are available, right? You're always so close to possibly being able to make a whole lot of things happen. As we have the few Adepts are going to shade their way forward. The Stalker stepping up as well. The Phoenix still overhead. Again, battering the Stalker building. The Pylons finishing shortly. Yeah, Disruptor not far from being done. And then you just start poking. I mean, at some point here, unless Creator gets a good Disruptor shot, you imagine he might have to just fall back to an expansion, but it's going to be extremely late for him to do that. That's why he's going to really put the reliance on the Disruptor and really hope that this Disruptor can land some damage and allow him to succeed in a fight. Split is good. We lose 1 Stalker to the Disruptor. That ain't going to be good enough. We do have the Phoenix, which is amazing, by the way, and look at its usage. Picks up an Immortal and just shuts that down, so Classic is off to a fantastic start. This really is kind of a dreamy kind of position right from the get-go. The few Adepts pull back, looking to get into the main base. The rest of the units gathering up together as we just pop our Guardian Shield. And the Disruptor, just going to let lifted now by the Phoenix too. Phoenix is such a good counter to the Disruptor for exactly that reason, and then it already helped you get rid of the Immortal. And I think it's fair enough to say that this is going downhill very quickly. Those Adepts wanting to try and step over still as well as the Adept Stalker coming through. The Phoenix still coming up. More units gathering together for the moment to continue to settle this down. GG, says Creator, and that is going to be Classic taking game number 2 of this best of 3. Just like that. Alrighty, guys, so that's going to be our first best of 3 of the day wrapped up. And we're going to get ready for our next one, which is Creator versus GuMiho. So Creator versus GuMiho coming up. Just double check my schedule. So Creator versus GuMiho is up next, so we'll get that going. Just find myself a GuMiho here. Yo, thank you so much for installing the Marvel Strike Force. You guys are killing it. Honestly, like, we barely really started talking about it yesterday, and a bunch of people already getting involved. If you haven't ever done Marvel Strike Force, bam, there you go. 2 daily objective, 2 days in a row. Someone yesterday getting involved. If that was you, let me know how it was. I'd love to, you know, see how bad it was or how long it took you. Someone just is level 20 already as well, apparently. Yep, cool. You guys are just gaming, apparently. That's crazy. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I just realized what I can check as well. So while GuMiho and Creator veto and I run some ads, I'm just going to disappear under my desk. And don't you guys go anywhere. I'm just going to see if I can test things down here. StarCraft sounds. I just realized I could test my capture card on my other PC. That is also putting reliance on some more wires. It'd be a good idea just to know. Well, I think I just balked the thing I need to power it, because if I remember correctly, it was always a little bit funky. And it's been funky right now. Ooh! Gosh darn it. I just need to renew. I kind of need to renew all this stuff down here. I saw the light for this thing come on for like literally like a second as I unplugged it. I was like, no, that was what I needed, and then it's not coming back on. Of course it's not, because why would getting under the desk ever be a simple 2-second exercise? Pain. Pain. It's exclamation mark Marvel for the Marvel Strike Force guys, as these guys are vetoed. Give me a second. Just waiting for them to pick a map and I can start hosting at least. That's really not going to work, is it? Darn it. Ellie's good at getting under desk, maybe she can help. It wouldn't be surprised me if Ellie was the one who knocked things into not working in the first place, to be honest. Does this thing really just not want to work? Really does not. Wait for GuMiho to map pick, guys. You know what? Maybe I don't even need this thing if I just plug this in over here instead. If the stream just randomly shuts off, then just know I screwed up. Ley line's gonna be the map. Okay, I think it's just my capture card into OBS just isn't working at all. That makes sense, I think. That seems redeemable at least. Because I think the capture card's there, it's not showing image, so I think I just need to mess around with OBS. Cool. Well, that's good to know for future reference at least. Like I said, I wanted to just, if nothing else, have confirmation whether or not we were in the world of needing a new capture card. So, good to know. Alright, should I just cast from down here? Seems fun, doesn't it? Alright, ready, GLHF, Terran versus Prolos, GuMiho creator. Let's get this going. I'm going to need my chair to come around the other way. Ah. I'm blocking my own chair. Oh god, I'm stuck. Well, that wasn't a disaster, was it? God, you know it's real when I'm under the desk trying to do things midstream. Alrighty, guys. Welcome back. How are we doing? Where can you find the QR code? Very annoyingly, it should just be there, but it doesn't. It doesn't stay there all the time. You know what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a screenshot and just add the QR code permanently there because it's silly that it's not. It's going to show up any second once it zips through all the things. Come on. How many more things can you do? No one's level 60, man. No one's level 70. Go, go. It shows up here, basically, as the TLDR, but, like, very stupidly, it only shows up when it's done with all of these things. I'm gonna give it 10 more seconds. You're missing nothing in the game, guys. Sorry. Today's a mess, huh? Today's a mess. I've made today a mess, I feel like. It didn't have to be like this. Alright, it's on the last dot. Surely the first dot is the, QR code. Or you're just going to sit there and do nothing now? Oh my god, I could murder this thing. I'm done. I'm done. That's just StarCraft. You know what? StarCraft never does this to me. You know, StarCraft, the worst thing that happens in StarCraft is the players start without me, but StarCraft itself never does this to me. It's been a long time since StarCraft decided to screw us over, you know? They're already drilling. You guys missed nothing, I promise. I mean, you missed whether it was Rax, Gas, or Gas, or Rax, and that I cannot tell you because I was not paying attention myself, but... yeah. Why would they not have the QR code show up constantly? It's so weird. It's so strange. Anyways, I guess we're meant to also have the QR code, like, on screen now, but, like, I just don't like putting that clutter on my in-game screen, so I kind of just keep it out of game most of the time. Because we mostly talk about it out of game as well anyway. I don't think anyone really looks at it during the game, so... yeah. Yeah, it does show up. It probably resets when we open the screen again, so it'll be back at the start and it'll be there. Do they not like money? I just don't. It just doesn't make sense. Like, surely the QR code should be there the entire time. This is where I find out there is a QR code that I've just not added. That's a classic, isn't it? Do-do-do-do. There's not a QR code that I have. Alright, whatever. Cool. Marini pulling back towards the upper right-hand side. Just going to pull back over there for a couple of moments as we settle down into game one of this best of 3. We've got ourselves a couple of Marines coming up, the factory on the way, Twilight Counts on Warp Gate coming about. The command center is about to finish, and the factory going to be done on the main base as we get Terran versus Protoss action on the way here in game one of this best of 3. Everything best of 3 today, obviously, is going to be 7 best of 3s in total as we work our way through the Korean Royale Group B Day 1. And out of some PvP, and there's going to be no more mirror matchups, I believe, until the end of the day when we'll wrap things up with the PvP as well. So that's fun. That gives us a good mix of matchups, I think. So a little bit sandwiched by PvP. The PvP is the bread, and the real fill-in is going to be all the other games in between. So series number 2, obviously Korea not off to a hot start, losing that first match, and every match matters so much in this tournament format. This is a 7-player group, 5 players advance. That alone makes it feel like, yeah, well, whatever. But every position you finish in the group is one step further in the playoffs that you begin. It's a gauntlet playoff bracket. So the first place finisher starts in the semi-finals of the tournament. And if you finish second place, you start in the round of 6. If you finish third place, you start in the round of 8. And if you finish 4th/5th place, you start in round 1 of the playoffs and would have to win 5 series to win the competition. So that means the group matches are actually very important. They actually have a big impact. You doing well in the groups is a natural kind of next step into you know, being well set up in the playoffs. So it's a little bit of a different format. It's one we pretty much only use for the Korean Royale, but it has worked very well in the past. It's a cool way to kind of have bigger groups, and it really means that the groups are very meaningful. Like, these matches are not just like, oh, well, let's see if he can make it out. Like, every game will matter. Like, every single game will matter. And GuMiho showing up like this first game matters. GuMiho didn't play for a while, then he did play the WardiTV something recently. I forgot what it was, but he did play in something recently. He actually looked very good when he played. So I'm excited to see him here today playing on the Korean Royale. As we do have our Blink coming up, the Immortal on the way through. Just getting settled in there. Now I want to know what the hell it was that GuMiho played in, because I've completely forgotten and it's peeing me off that I can't remember. He played in... yeah, WardiTV October. Yes, he played in the October event. Yes, I remember now. Oh, God, why? My brain is just not in the games right now. Like, I want to know all the things that are not in the game, apparently. This happened yesterday, too. My brain was just like, oh, I'm not going to start thinking StarCraft quickly. Marine Viking tank all coming through. We are going to see the couple of Immortals stepping through. Stalker's going to go for a blink onto the siege tank there. The tank putting in some work. We're going to lose the tank, but to be fair, we cleaned out all the Stalkers. The 2 Immortals are going to be the saving grace. We saved the Vikings because we can obviously lift them into the skies. I would say overall this was pretty darn decent for... yeah, I think it was honestly pretty decent for GuMiho. Like, he killed a lot of the Stalkers. They're not cheap to replace. Resources lost is going to be fairly even. He did end up losing 16 Marines in total. It's quite a solid number. As we just have the Forge Robot Bay coming up as well. Again, Stimpack Combat Shield +1 attack. So the next stage of the bio game on the way through. All of this also kept the Protoss off the third base for a long time, so you force a later third than usual. And I wonder if that's just kind of a big part of the idea. Where if you can force a later third base, the entire Protoss mid-game gets slowed down. And if you're playing a slower mid-game as the Protoss, that's the one thing that the Protoss is meant to be explosive and amazing in. Mid-game economy. Next thing you know, there's a ton of bases and they're just ready to party on. So I'm wondering if that is maybe possibly just one of the wins that GuMiho takes away from this right now, where Creator is not going to have that kind of comfortable just, oh, I can expand feeling. He's going to have to be a lot more cautious and aware of, you know, the sort of approach that he makes here. Those few Stalkers gathered together, +1 Thermal Lance and the charge all building up, getting online over the next few moments. Colossus stepping over the side again, +1 Thermal Lance and the charge upgrade coming about. The extra gateways are coming through as well. A couple of Vikings land and take off once again. Still got Stim Combat and +1 building. Missile Turret, Orbital, and Marauders producing. And a few Stalkers going to go in. That's going to be an easy Viking grab for them right off the get-go. So just going to grab that Viking and we go from there as, again, the upgrades continue through. Having the few Stalkers, we'll go onto the map and see what we can do, but Terran is in a prime position now because the upgrades are finished. And this is exactly when you want to start fighting as GuMiho, when you've got all your upgrades done and the Protoss is missing tech still. You see that Creator's next step is going to be to move from the Colossus into the Templar Archive. So he's already thinking about future tech structure. There's a scan on the Observer, no doubt that was going down as he stimmed over there. There was nothing else nearby that he was naturally going to decide to jump on in that moment. As this Orbital does want to fly over and land in the next few moments, just have the bit of bio there, going to come through. Stalkers get pushed the other way. And again, +1 Thermal Lance and charge all coming online as we speak, bringing that all into action. Well, extra Marauders will produce, the Armory coming in, add a couple of Marines also. This army will make a move over to the right-hand side. Archon will finish morphing, the Colossus stepping over. Scary because we're actually going to have Creator coming in from two sides, has the charge. Tanks are not going to be siege initially for GuMiho, so he's getting caught a little off guard, really. Mines do some work. I was a little afraid that Colossus on the left was going to be in trouble, but honestly more concerned now for GuMiho. As you can see, those two Colossus on the bottom, no answer to those, and there's obviously just no Vikings here or anything. He's going to start Vikings now. He's moving to the Ghost Academy as well, even a second starport. But this attack was just caught out of position. If those tanks were sieged, then I actually think it's much more position where you can actually see a lot of value come from this, but with those tanks unsieged and caught in the way that they were, this kind of slips away from you very quickly and becomes a bit more of a disaster as the Prism, Zealot, and Sentry join up and gather together. Vikings, Marauders, and the armor upgrade coming through too. Command Center still producing into play. Have our +2 attack. Extra gateways. Observer coming by. For the moment, the couple of Vikings and the CC still building. We're just going to be seeing Creator coming through the top side. As we do have, again, Viking Ghost on the way about. +1 armor on the way over as well. We're just going to have ourselves the Engineering Bay. In production, 2 is the Stalker. And another Zealot just get warped in right now. It's just going to bring that straight up. You're going to see the armor upgrade coming about as well. The +2 attack, the Disruptor. There's a couple Zealots and so all coming over as we do have Creator looking for the chance to move in right now. Looking to capitalize on what was a bad fight across the map previously from GuMiho. Does he have a chance to get in here while the tech unit count from GuMiho is still low? You know, that Viking count's not super crazy yet. These Vikings need to start working on the Colossus. The EMPs are available, and a couple of those can definitely change the kind of way that this turns out. Just going to see the Prism get shot down at least, so we're going to stop reinforcements, but now the Vikings taking some hits from the Stalkers, and they're not working their way through the Colossus yet. The 4th base, that's going to go down, so that's a big deal. Ooh, we don't get it! I think the Stalkers should have absolutely guaranteed the shot on that, because killing the 4th would pretty much mean that, if nothing else, you can walk away with this happy already. As it stands, Creator is probably just going to be walking away more than happy. He's probably going to be walking away with a Game 1 victory. So he's going to be walking away celebrating because this army is not holding on. It's not doing what it needs to. And GuMiho has to type GG. And Creator, looking to bounce back from his loss to Classic to open up Group B, is going to take the 1-0 advantage over GuMiho to start us out on this one. So 1-0 lead for Creator and heading into game number 2 in a few short moments. Alrighty. Alrighty. Second map is going to be Persephone. None of the new maps. None of the TLMC maps here. As we are just... Wait a moment. Thank you so much, Beard. I feel like your name goes on, but thank you so much for installing the game. We're at 9 installs, guys. It says 9 out of 20, but we are not... Well, we are capped at like 5... Like, it's like 500 people. So, like, I don't think we're going to get 500 installs. Gone are the days of the first Raid Shadow Legends where we did have that amount of kind of install business. But we can keep it going, you know. The more people that install and play and get involved and take part, the more money we earn for the stream. And as always, the money we earn on the stream really does go typically back into more StarCraft 2. So we're going to get everyone invited in. Is Inu joining us? I wonder. I see him online, but not... Big. He's online. Throw him an invite. I think he wants to cast, but I don't know if he's necessarily looking to join on this series. Maybe he'll join on the next one. Except that's all good. We'll just go. And get ready to rumble. Yo, there you go. Boom, level 2. Beard braid. Complete my daily objectives for day 1 poggers. That's the energy we'll love to see. I presume they don't take very long, because I mean, you just hit level 2. I presume that doesn't take very long either. You can't install it. It doesn't support your device. That's all good, mate. Thank you for trying. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you guys to get out of the way and stuff if you can't, but I appreciate you giving it a go. Thank you so much if you give it a shot. Like I say, we don't get these sponsors very often anymore. Like there was a time when it was like, install this game this week, next week install that game. It's been a hot second since we've had the had a sponsor like this, so we're gonna press it hard because we can probably get a few $100s out of it, and a few $100s is the chance for us to support some more Monday Cups or maybe even another tournament, but depending on how well it goes. So yeah, we'll definitely get it all going. It took you the time of that last game, so like 5-10 minutes. Super easy then. So guys, get involved, install. And get those daily objectives done. If you do 2 days in a row, it's huge. If you do commit to doing it 5 days in a row, amazing. I'm not going to pressure you guys to do that because that's a big commitment. But if you fancy it, 5 days in a row, daily objectives. I can't even tell you how much it pays out if you do the daily objectives 5 days in a row. $15. We get so if you, for the next 5 days, spend 5 minutes doing the daily objectives, bam, $15 for the stream. Isn't that great? That sounds awesome to me. Like I say, and there's other things that you'll do while doing that. You'll level up and stuff that will also support in other ways. So definitely worth checking out. Like I say, if you want a free way to support, GuMiho in the top left is the blue Terran, in the bottom left, our red Protoss is going to be creator. If this game is lame, I'm blaming you. I mean, it's a mobile game, man. Like it's probably going to be. It depends how. I mean, people have different definitions of lame. Some mobile games can be alright, but like, if you find any mobile game lame, you're gonna find this mobile game lame, most likely, right? Like, a lot of them have very similar formulas, so yeah. You missed it again, yeah. I will I'm gonna ask if there's not a QR code that can be permanently added. Alright, I'll get ourselves back into this then, as we have our factory coming through and the command center building up, so we get ourselves a start here, get underway. That's going to be seeing a high ground CC as well as GuMiho with a little bit of safety in the first few moments, as you do see a Reaper heading down toward the bottom side. Is going to nip in and fight an Adept for a couple of moments, so a couple of shots there from the Adept. And the Reaper does end up being pushed back out into the center. The Adept wants to go and try and meet said Reaper. As our Stalker and our Warp Gate come through, the Twilight Council coming up, Nexus finishing. So we're just going straight to that 2 base with the Twilight now on the way, and seeing where we can go from there as the Adept will continue to chase the Reaper down over to the right side. It's going to get the healing shrine so it can get some healing without the regen. It's going to keep it very safe from the Shade, as the Shade is actually just going to go across the map, it seems, and put some pressure on. But that's not going to do too much when the high ground CC is in place. Not going to be a lot of opportunity there to really make, like I say, too much of anything really happen. End up trying to poke around, but yeah, like I say, high ground CC, full wall off. Nothing that the Adept can do to kind of force SCVs or Marines to the front there for it to be able to trade even. We just see the Widow Mines in the medevac, so a very likely Widow Mine drop from GuMiho to set us off, and that will be the pressure. He'll probably take the natural command center behind, takes it and floats it down for the moment. Already going to throw the depot down here, so it's still going to be walled off, still nullifying the ability for this Adept to really achieve anything. Like, yeah, obviously he knows the CC is there, but all the rest of it, it's not going to do much. And we bring now a higher group of Marines down, so when the Adept does try and show up on the natural, you're going to be in a much better position to try and play against or fight against that. And the Blink coming through, a couple of probes, the gateway and the robotics facility all coming up as well. See the Reaper healing up a little bit in the shrine right there. It's just going to get that back on track as the robo facility and probes continue online. The Blink coming up, Siege Tank, Liberator, Marines building in, and this medevac boosting into the main base as well. Couple Stalkers getting underneath, one Widow Mine burrowing and just going to aim at the Stalker. Now the probes going to be able to go just for the one. That's reasonable. The medevac's low, so there's not going to be much evacuation to be done here. Maybe could have retargeted and bought a little bit more time where those probes aren't mining, but GuMiho going to focus on other things. And he does just evacuate the medevac. He's not going to try and stick that around or keep it there. He's just going to bring it straight back home, get it back on that other side, and just go from that. Blink will finish soon. The Observer coming up. The Robo Bay building. Again, a couple more barracks on the way from GuMiho as we just get that started. The depot's on the way by. SCVs, tank, and the Marines coming through as well. We just have the Nexus also in production here. So Creator gets that third base started up nice and quickly. Obviously, last game had that pressure that kept him from getting to the third quickly. This time, GuMiho is obviously not pushing forward as aggressively with Marine Tank. He is going to have a Liberator poised to maybe get in and deal some damage, but it's much more focused around denying workers than it is focused around, you know, killing or denying bases or taking positions on the map overall. So, like I say, a very different set of affairs overall at the moment. A little bit Marine Tank going to be there. The Stalkers get turned around the other direction. Nexus probes, the Colossus and the Stalker all coming through as well. It's going to have a few more shots off, and the Stalker's still taking some hits, going back the other direction. Adept in some trouble. The Immortal getting jumped on for a few moments. This tank gets microed back as well, so it gets kept in a safe place. So we've seen another couple tank shots coming straight through. The Widow Mine's going to hit the Immortal, which is kind of a big deal. It's very low now. Oh, I was going to say, surely we get some target fire to finish it off. It's a real shame that we don't. The tank could have hit it. The Marines, I think, could have stepped toward it and taken it down before it started moving away. As GuMiho maybe just wait a bit too long to capitalize. Those Stalkers will clean up. And despite a great Widow Mine shot, just felt like he left kind of food on the table, really. You know, he could have had more at the end of all of this, to be honest, as Stalkers and probes continue through. Marines in the tank coming about, Stimpack on the way. The Stalkers play the denial on the bottom of the map as well. Army moving over to the right-hand side. A couple of barracks coming through, the siege tank, Marines, everything else still on its way in for the moment. Stim combat +1 will all build through, so we just get that on the way. And our army in production right now, siege tank being added. Command center coming up as the Nexus gets placed down. The Forge coming through, pylon on the way. No group of units, just again the Stalkers blinking around, seeing where they want to get to. Extended thermal lance charge and all the rest continues by. Just going to drop one more gateway into place. These Stalkers just stepping up the map, just going to see the medevacs moving around as well, just going to sit over the natural. A few gates on the way through, the Nexus finishing shortly. Again, Zealot, Colossus, Central building up, +1 attack, thermal lance, and the charge coming through too. And we have ourselves not far to go with those extra gates coming online here from Creator as well. It's going to get that built straight up as that command center comes into the front. Again, Marine Marauder Medevac all on the way. The CC is going to land very shortly. The bio will join with the tanks. Just have ourselves the attack upgrade. That +1 is still very much so on its way in, so more upgrades from GuMiho, but I'm afraid for how quickly Creator can expand, how easily that pushback on GuMiho early seems to have really given him the creative freedom to do as he wishes in this game. So putting himself in a great position, Creator really kind of storming away with things at the moment. Templar Archives is going to be finishing very soon. Prism +1, the charge, all coming up as well, so bringing a lot more of that on the way by. And again, a couple more High Templar be added on, and +1 attack and the charge still coming up. The Archon a part of this, as are the gateways, as are those probes. Still bringing a lot of that through for now. 9 minutes deep right here. Stalker stepping about, Depot taking some damage, just going to be seeing the hallucination fading. And +1 attack, Nexus and the gateways still building by as well. We get those few pylons coming through. And a couple of assimilators coming on as well, so get those assimilators going. As the Viking armor upgrade coming online, the Armory and Company coming through too. Like I say, a lot of the good stuff on the way right now as the Engineering Bay will start up, the Sense Tower and the Ghost Academy will build. It's going to be seeing our Nexus coming up on the right side in the next few moments. We will look to go from there as the army will settle down once more. So just going to get all of that on the way. Again, there's a couple of Zealots in the Nexus, both going through. Going to try and attack in on this left side. A couple of the Zealots immediately going to be in some trouble, getting shot back at. Colossus able to fire up a few shots and deal some damage back in that direction for the moment. And Armory going to finish up real soon. We've still got Marine Marauder producing through, the rest of this force from Creator pulling all the way back. Just stepping back over in that side, so pulling back over there. The additional Zealots warping in. It's going to be seen, again, the upgrades continue to come by with that Storm building also. Dark Shrine is going to be on the way up now, so bring that straight in once more. Add a couple gateways alongside it all. And again, the army of Creator back to the top. Figuring out where it wants to be, and if it wants to attack in at all right now, it seems pretty undecided on whether to send or not. And to be fair, I think GuMiho sitting back defensively is going to dissuade Creator. He just improves his game state. Dark Templar going to be an option soon. The Storm on the way in is obviously a big deal as well. It's just a lot of good stuff being added. That's likely going to do very well for you in the near future. The Zealots are just going to run through the biome. Needs to be careful of that Disruptor shot. Takes a little bit of a clip on the wall off. I mean, Creator's doing it all right. He's just holding map control. The only thing that would be scary is what if GuMiho gets like 4 medevacs down the other side of the map right now? Like, is Creator in position? Does he have a tool to deal with that? Probably a recall. But then maybe it gives GuMiho an opening to push down the right side of the map and get some bases. So I think that's the one thing that we're not super well set against right now. Like, a big drop in the main base could go pretty huge, especially as Creator's max, so you can't warp in defensively against it. It would have to be a recall. So I do think that becomes maybe one of the bigger issues here kind of quickly. Is Disruptor shot is going to actually land pretty dead center. Not going to kill those Marauders. That is obviously one of the things. It is going to drain medevac energy, but if you're not going to jump in, you don't get the benefit from those Marauders. Taking that kind of damage, Vikings. Going through, trying to get a little bit more done. The Archon popping about. It's going to try and stim in again. Another Disruptor shot coming by. The Vikings just going huge, man. Just jumping straight into the Colossus here. I mean, those Colossus are going to go down. It's been a good fight for GuMiho. Can he keep it going? Wrapping around the edge of this army. I mean, I'm very scared because at the tail end of this is Creator. There's a lot of easy-to-lose units, right? You know, those Disruptors are very easily lost. The Stalkers are very easily killed as well when there's no Zealots there to support them and there's no reinforcements showing up. So, while the supplies were kind of even when I started that sentence, the point is that by the time I'm done, the supplies may not be even, and that was the case. Creator lost a lot more supply at the very end there, as Stalkers and Disruptors just got cleaned up, and GuMiho gets a good defensive fight. That's a great step one, and it's an efficient fight for him as well, but we're in a game where Creator has a lot of bases, and so there's work still to be done from GuMiho. This really was step one of kind of getting back into this. I think, like I say, there's a sizable way to go, though, for GuMiho still to win this game. And as Shadow Stride finishes, you have whole new options here as creator, ways in which you can kind of take advantage in this game and try and get some more done. So I imagine that's going to be a factor as well. We dive in. Zealot's going to be there. The Immortal's trying to fight. Stalkers trying to come through as well. Just going to be seeing the bio clearing up the rest of those Zealots, so they will go down. +3/+2 coming about. A couple more Stalkers being grabbed. Upgrade's obviously going to be a big factor. There is going to be kind of an entire set of upgrade lead for what? At least a minute? See the High Templar pulling back through. The Horrible Facility Archon coming about. Colossus and the Prism as well. Creator sets up at the right-hand side. His supply really bounced back nicely, and that's why I was afraid for GuMiho that Creator just has the economy like he had the early game, and like we're in the mid-game still where pros can rebuild quickly and rebound from that economy, and that's exactly what Creator is doing thus far. See a couple Colossus shots firing from afar as well. Couple connections, Zealots will start to go down. Valiant's going to stand there and fight. A couple more of those Zealots being dropped. Storm comes down, a couple Marines take shots. Liberator will siege up. It's going to be seeing the Stalkers and the Archons blinking through. The Colossus and the Immortals will continue to go. It's going to be seeing the Bio not going to hold this out. And Creator going to take game number 2 of the best of 3. So Creator off to a solid start, honestly. Very good beginning from him. Gets off to a really solid starting point there. And yeah, great way for things to begin with. As I'm just double checking what our next matchup is, it is going to be Classic versus Rogue. So we're going to have GuMiho back in a series or so. So we'll get that ready to go. But for now, it's going to be Classic Rogue. So we'll get that going. And yeah. Kick this off, guys. So Classic and Rogue coming your way. I need to set up herO. Creator on the other screen at the same time. We'll work on getting that sorted out. Cool. Alright. What's the mods, guys? I'm just going to nip BRB a couple of seconds here. Get ready to zoom. I'll be back with you in a moment. Cool. I'm just gonna get this game hosted. I'll be right back. What do you have to do in Strike Force daily quests? There are a bunch of different things. Basically, you can installing helps first of all, and then also sorry, I've got player issues. Give me a sec. Cool. So installing levels 2, 5, 10, and further help. And also, if you do the daily objectives 2 days in a row, that helps a lot. And it also helps a lot if you do 5 days in a row. The stuff pops up over here throughout. You can see them on the screen now. Cool. Perfect. I'm going to drop this lobby link. I'm going to be 2 seconds. I'll be right back with you guys. Thank you so much, McCafe, for the 19-month resub on the Prime. I'll be right back with you guys. BRB. Hello, hello. How we doing? We are swapping Rogue and Classic in, and we're getting ready to kickstart this PvZ. I can't believe we're an hour in. This first hour's flown by because I've been completely distracted with other things and stuff. But get back on track, and we'll get into this. And yeah, more StarCraft, some PvZ now coming through, and we'll get this one rolling. Classic to set race over to Protoss. And we are good to go. Yeah, thank you so much for the Prime sub, mate. Appreciate it. There's that pesky QR code, by the way. Print screen that. Paste that into Paint. I feel like it's going to be too pixelated to work. Does my phone still read that from there? Still work? Oh, it doesn't even work on my phone. Crazy. I tried. Alright, let's jump into this ZVP as we kick things off. And get ready to rumble. And see what's going to happen as we have the hatch bottom right, Nexus top left, it's Rogue, it's Classic, it's StarCraft 2. Got some issues on the other screen with the players, guys. God, today is not a focused up kind of day. It's a get the hell distracted kind of day, apparently. Are we okay, guys? Can we just veto and play without me needing to intervene? Yes, they can. Perfect, that's what I like to hear. Alright, never mind. I'm not distracted anymore. Back on track. How we doing, Twitch chat? How we doing, YouTube stream? How are we feeling? Good to see you all. Thanks for joining us. And if you are watching on the YouTube, consider taking a moment to hop on over and yeah, support the YouTube by hitting the like and the subscribe buttons. Easy peasy. All I'm asking. Alright, so Hatchgasm Pool coming up. And get ready to go on this one. Excited to see some Rogue. I think Rogue's going to give us some good games, to be honest. He's going to play versus Classic. So what do we have coming up? It's Classic. I think it's the last Classic game. So yeah, it's going to be Classic versus Rogue right now, then GuMiho versus Rogue, GuMiho versus herO, and then herO versus Rogue. Yeah, my schedule is great. I love it. So what my schedule today, guys, with TLDR is that it's basically the schedule is just set up so that each player shows up, they play a game, and then they wait a series, and then they play 2 more games. So you basically have a 4 best of 3s. God, it's good. I must have been on one when I organized this tournament because it's smooth, man. That's sick. You show up, you play for like 2 hours, and you're done. God. I'd call myself the tournament making king, but it's probably not actually that impressive. Anyways, so yes, we'll have Classic Rogue, and then GuMiho versus Rogue, and Rogue versus herO. Then we'll finish the day with herO versus GuMiho, and herO versus Creator. It's going to be the way we wrap things up as the Stargate comes through. A couple probes, the Adept and the Warp Gate coming by, the Link Speed Queen and the Drone. All building online as well. And we just have ourselves the Adept heading to the bottom side of the map as it wants to try and find some information as well. So Adept already on a journey over to try and see what we may do. The Queen nearby, the Adept moving about. That Stargate is about to finish. The Adept coming through as well. We have an Oracle also building right now as the Warp Gate produces. And yeah, a couple of Lings going to move about for the moment. From the Warp Gate coming through. A couple of Queens is going to fly. We actually lose a crew team, which is a nice little bit of harass from Classic just to begin with. The Adepts will go for a little bit of a shade. We do see those drones coming around, the hatch coming through, adding on the Spore Crawler as well. Those Adepts try to commit into that mineral line, but not quite be able to just yet. And that Oracle works its way around to the far right-hand side as well. So the Oracle journeying over. Again, the Warp Gate coming through, Oracle coming up. Get that all on the go as we settle ourselves down on this one. Queen, drones, lings, building as well. The Evolution Chamber coming through also, and the Oracle still moving around on the map. This Nexus sets up and will be in the front, so that third base coming online already. Get ourselves those minerals on that left-hand side, opens the pathway through to that third base, which is an option as well sometimes, but in this case we just take the forward base classic. So, kind of interesting because it does kind of give you the left and right kind of access points as rogue, so if you want to be aggressive, it's not easy to swing around the left to the right side, right? But you can just kind of, you do then still have to kind of wall both areas or kind of defend both areas. So there is a little bit of a factor there. I guess once the Nexus comes up in some stack defense, you can kind of naturally defend both directions without too much trouble, but it's something to think on. It's also just tough to kind of deal with run-bys as well, more so than just kind of committed attacks. Just, the run-bys have a lot of space to come through as well. Classic Rogue, I gotta say, over the last few months have been such a cool rivalry, we could say. I don't know if they play enough for it to necessarily be a rivalry, but when they play each other, it feels like they're always really fun back-and-forth games. Just two players who really kind of constantly challenge each other, and I feel like bring out the best in each other, because you've got Rogue, who loves to play aggressive, right? He loves to play aggro at a little bit weird, and just, he lives up to the Rogue name, the Rogue brand that he's built over all these years. And then Classic is known as the defensive Protoss, right? The guy who just likes to play standard, play into his build, and not really do anything else too crazy. I mean, I'm looking back here over the last few months. Rogue 2-1 over Classic, Classic 5-2 over Rogue, Rogue 2-1 over Classic, and those are actually WardiTV Mondays that they actually met twice in. And Rogue got the better of Classic both times there. But then in the Liu Cups, Classic went 2-0, 2-1. In the eSports World Cup, it was a 2-1 for Classic as well. In general, and what I'm thinking back to originally is kind of the starting point of these guys meeting each other a lot this year was the GSL finals, where it was a 4-3 win for Classic. But it was always such a sign for me that Rogue was able to take games of Classic, that he's playing this kind of fun, interesting style. He gives himself opportunities, and he gives himself a way to challenge what is one of the most solid and well-rounded Protoss players that we have in Korea. So, yeah, super fun to see, and obviously Classic has shown this year just how much he excels. EWC finals, a great performance in other events as well, winning RSLs and GSLs and whatever else there is out there to win. Classic has been a force to be reckoned with in that regard. But Rogue, I really feel like, has had a little bit of something that can kind of get under his skin and see success where you don't typically maybe always expect it to be found. So Storm comes down, the Archons and the Stalkers getting caught up a little bit, the Feelings gathering about, the Oracles will gather in there, the Banelings crashing through, and 5 probes going down immediately. So 5 workers get dropped. It's a nice little bit so far. I already saw like a lot of Stalkers getting surrounded by Lings and starting to fall down dead. So on top of that, you then have Rogue, who's able to get in and get a few probes as well. And all of this is with a Spire on the way. Now this is interesting because he's fully setting up to play Lingbane Hydra, but he is holding off on some of the gassing production so you can afford to build some Mutalisks. And if he gets those Mutalisks up and running, we're going to have ourselves a... I get the feeling we're going to have ourselves a chance to run around the map, run into some mineral lines, go after some probes. And that's, I think, going to be one of the exciting kind of parts of this, as we see the couple of cannons coming down. And just going to be seeing a couple of extra probies on the way as well. Plus 2 attack upgrade, charge on the way, additional High Templars building, as well as the Ling Hydra goes and takes down a set of rocks there right in the center. Oracles drop a Revelation down, Queens and Lings getting caught. The Stalker Archon High Templar Force pushes the Ling Hydra back over the right-hand side, so again, able to chase that army of Rogue back through the center, back down to the bottom. There's a lot more Ling Muta still coming through as well. Stargate on its way, probes producing, charge on the plus 2 attack upgrade coming online. We got cannons, we got batteries all coming through. The Mutalisks are going to head up in toward the main, and they're going to try and get some damage done as they aim for, I was going to say, the mineral line. There is a cannon there, but maybe we just go for pylons. I don't hate the pylon attached to the Stargate, but what I do hate is maybe the fact we're fighting those Stalkers. It feels way too early to be doing that with Mutas. I can't believe he was set up building Hydras, and he has got Hydras, and we're actually going to end up building Mutas. Like, he's really sold the Hydra idea, and I wonder if that kind of forces you an overcommitment on almost so maybe. On High Templars here, second Stargate coming online, so you can see why he wants to try and shut those Stargates down, because Classic is clearly showing that he wants to play into Phoenix, which makes a ton of sense because you're playing against Mutas. Phoenix are one of the best way to control Mutas in these scenarios. Those Lings on the right side are going to not have a good time, but maybe the Mutas over here can have a better time. Some Lings get onto the High Templar, but not enough to get any kills. I mean, Rogue is causing chaos, but it's not really working. Like, it's chaotic, but he's not killing anything. He's just throwing units at the Protoss player, and they are dying. Obviously, the mutas have had some success, but I wouldn't say it's even been that crazy, so we will finish off a Stargate. Realistically, we're down 5 mutalisks already here. Most of the Stalkers that have been killed have been from Lings as well. Like, the mutas have not traded well against the Stalkers when they found themselves in fights. There's still potential for Rogue, but I definitely don't think it's been kind of the dreamy, kind of fast-paced start he would have been wanting in this scenario. 2 new Stargates, by the way, and we're going to go Fleet Beacon as well, because Classic realizes Rogue is not just doubling down on mutas. He is tripling down on mutas. So he's going to triple down on the Phoenix as a response to it. That eventually from Rogue will likely force Corruptors. The Corruptors basically act as a tank against the Phoenix and allow the mutas to kind of stay in position against Phoenix, because the Corruptors will tank and deal damage, and if the Phoenix just stick around on those Corruptors, they will go down, so that's not ideal. Storm out there. 6 probes going down. Probes need to be careful going back into the Storm. It lasts a long time. Didn't go down there, but any sooner, and maybe would have lost a probe or 2 to your own Storm. And these mutas are really giving it what they've got as they attempt to come through once again. A few warpins on that right-hand side. Cannons coming up. Phoenix still building. Ling, muta, +1 flyer attack continue to come in. The Stalkers will be there to push the mutas back once again, as the couple Phoenix and the Oracle will continue to stick around on that. Now, Pulse Crystals coming through. The +3 attack upgrade coming up as well. The Phoenix are there to chase the Mutalisks down as the Mutalisks head into that main base and they go after the cannons, so just looking to play cleanup. Stalkers blink underneath. A couple of the Mutas taking some damage. Oh, they go back into the Storm because they get stormed from the bottom side as well. Oh no, Mutalisk disaster. They get forced back up into the main. Phoenix are going to blink in after them, and that is truly disastrous. There's so many Mutas. In fact, all the Mutas will go down. It's Classic's defense versus the Mutas is beautiful. Those Storms in that bottom left forcing him away. Absolutely pristine. What a catch from Classic, and Rogue loses his entire initial Mutalisk count. That is absolutely brutal. So that's going to put Classic in a great position here. Chasing down the rest of these mutas now. The Phoenix count is obviously way too high. Now Rogue's going to try and build Hydras, but these mutas needed to do more. He was still in the phase of getting work done with the mutas, because especially as it was a slow start, it was not really hitting at first, it was not doing enough. I mean, yeah, it just was all of those things. And now, honestly, still building Phoenix. We can probably fly in with the Phoenix and lift a bunch of these Hydras. They are going to be quick kills for the Phoenix, realistically. We have some High Templar finally arriving, so we can storm up this ramp as well. Yeah. Another Storm coming in. The drones are going to pull through. Stalker Phoenix continues to fight and trade. Another Storm. The Hydras take a few steps back. Just going to see Storms still dropping down all across the board. 8 more Hydras on the way, producing 3 for now. Archon, the +3 attack upgrade coming up as well. It doesn't really matter because Classic has done what he needed to. That was a great catch against those mutas, and that wins him this game pretty much. So, yeah, crazy business on that one. Classic wins with style. He does win with style, man. Honestly, he completely denied so many parts of this game. Like, he really removed so much of the potential that Rogue was trying to bring with the mutas, and he really nullified just the danger of the Mutalisks, I feel like, right? Like, mutas are such a dangerous composition to play against. They're fast, they're darting around, able to get here, there, and wherever. Yeah. Busy business. Alrighty, let's throw players in a position, and we'll get ready for game number 2 here, guys. Classic and Rogue coming up in just a second or two. Get that underway shortly. Both players ready. Perfect. Let's do it. Game number 2 of this best of 3 Classic and Rogue. 3rd series of the day, guys. We are, I say we're steamrolling through it. Is, you know, it's been about half an hour series so far. This is only game 1. Let's see Rogue take a game 2, though. We're missing some game 3s, that's all. We're just missing some game 3s that would give us a little bit more of a, little bit more action. Alright, let's kick it off. Didn't see who that was, but thank you so much for the Marvel Strike Force support, guys. In the top left-hand side, down a game meters, not really working out there. It was kind of weird as well. Like, he really did set up for Lingbane Hydra. Then there was meters. It's Rogue in the top left-hand side, as in the bottom right corner. The blue Protoss is Classic. I don't know if I can get my stream elements open to see the Marvel stuff. There we go. Nice. I can see it now. Alright. Game number 2. Classic in the bottom right, Rogue in the upper left, Hatch Gas and Pool coming in, and the Gateway coming about. Couple drones in production. It was such a sick catch from Classic on those Mutalisks. So nicely done. We're going to have a Hatch Gas and Pool coming up then. The Overlord in production as well, so all of that's still being brought into play. The Cybercore next is coming about. We're following this probe. There ain't much going on. The early game PvZ. Rogue is not being too sneaky as he might have maybe possibly thought he could be. And, yeah, link speed is on the way up. Couple queens on the way through. Yeah, that Stargate started as well from Classic. Bringing that online as well. The Overlord reversing around on the right. Just poised to try and scout as much as possible, but it's going to be a little while till we have an answer to that, right? The Stargate just building now, so a little while until we get high ground vision, and I mean, unless we go instantly like a Void Ray as well, that maybe is a way to maybe do more there, but not sure if that would necessarily be the case. Because yeah, link speed comes up, couple lings and the Queen coming through, the hatchery in production right now, so bringing that straight online as that Stargate gets going from Classic, and yeah, the Adept and the Warp Gate continue to come through as well. We'll shade about again, seeing what we can do. The Oracle and Warp Gate coming about. The probe's on the way. So far, so good. Hey, Wardy, just wanted to let you know I'm watching this completely pantless. Good luck with the casting, big fan. That's actually, I can't believe you're watching pantless while not being a sub. That's clearly a subscriber-only thing. Unbelievable. Oh, yeah. Coming out in here and stating that you're breaking the rules. It's a trust system, you know. I honestly, thanks for the info. I never really considered that people might do that. I will continue to not consider that. Yeah, this is a great interaction. This is why we read chat. You know, I wake up most mornings. I'm like, God, I really hope I read something great today. It's comments like that really get there. You know, love it. Twilight Council is building on the side of Classic, so we are going to get that Twilight Council on the way up, and that's going to be obviously as follow-up tech to the initial Oracle here, so getting that straight into action, straight into play. Got a couple gates, and that's going to be accompanied by the Glaives. What? Oh, Star Glaives from Classic. I love it. As we get that coming through. Droxid with the 3-month resub. Say less. Nice. Hey, look. It worked, I guess. Yeah, you know what? Fair play. I don't have a follow-up to that one. Alright, Oracles are going to continue to move around the map as we have the melee upgrade, the choice from Rogue. Not ideal when you're playing against Starglaves, because there's going to be Adepts, and they're going to be pretty darn deadly, and Lings are not going to deal well with Adepts in good numbers. So that's going to be the issue in the near future, is that yeah, we're going to have Lings and Lings and Lings against Glaive Adepts, so Classic definitely has an opening to kind of do well. But seeing, I mean, because melee upgrade is such a popular choice right now, Baneling styles are kind of back in fashion, especially with that Baneling HP buff. So Baneling styles are back, and a lot of this, you know, the Protoss players are saying, well, cool, if you want to play that Zergies it really opens the door for us Protoss players to go back into some of our more aggressive repertoire and just bring out builds like the Starclaves and these follow-ups that are really good at punishing you if you're just a little greedy. And honestly, right now, I think Rogue is in the dead kind of territory. Like, this looks horrible for him. That was not the best shade, honestly, and that's going to maybe... I mean, it's not really punishable because we got so little as Rogue. But this is rough, man. I mean, we're going to go after the Spore Crawler initially because we may as well just hit something. Lings are going to take the fight here. You just don't do damage in time. The drones are trying to join the fight as well because they realize it's desperate measures. Honestly, we've only lost 4 drones so far. Okay, now we lose 10, now 11. Oh my god, suddenly the drones are in the front. Yeah, okay. Like I say, we're in dead man's territory right there. Like, it's just gone too far. It's just not going to work, and it's just going to be a disaster. Rogue types GG. He says, get me out of here. Get me to the next series. And that's exactly where he wants to go. Fair enough. Fair enough. You're confused that anyone's wearing pants? It's the internet. Yeah, I mean, I didn't, like I said, don't really consider these things. You guys make me think way too much about life right now. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, well, that was a disaster for Rogue. Like I say, he was just dead off the bat. Gives me like, give us a game 3, and Rogue's like, melee upgrade. Oh. Well, we're gonna get Rogue and GuMiho, which is obviously a very interesting match right off the bat here, because that means it's a match between the two guys who are 0-1 in this group right now. So this is a matchup that becomes immediately very important. We'll probably have a couple minutes for GuMiho. That was not a long game. Oh, there you go. The ads are available. I was gonna say, do you want to try and run ads, but they're not available yet, just because we are between series. So. Yeah. All right, we get back on track, and we can go. All right, maybe some Rogue GuMiho's EVT will give us a little bit of a longer series that I desire, the series I want to sink my teeth into and really kind of draw from a little bit. Maybe. I mean, we will see. We will see. Just as we are waiting on that, it's not a good time to sell out, is it? Because I got ads rolling. Too many money-making things getting in the way of each other. All good. We'll just give it a few moments. Just take it easy. Pylon, Ruby, Rock, Tokamak, White Rabbit. I feel like GuMiho's vetoing all the newer maps because he's just not really used to them yet still. We're gonna get rid of 10k feet. And do we have another one? Taito Citadel. We'll see if GuMiho vetoes that as well. That's what he did against Creator. GuMiho's been playing a bit less than others, so makes sense. Gets rid of some of the maps he may not be as comfortable on. It's exactly what he does. He gets rid of Taito. Leaving us with Persephone. Torches? Yeah, we don't see that one come through a lot in this current map pool, so I'm gonna go Torches map 1. Interesting one because the Zerg like gold, but then against Terran you're pushing into them, so it's not really ideal either. So, yeah, we'll see what takes place as we are gonna load onto Torches here in just a moment. Get this ready to rumble. Second map, Ley Lines. Third map, Persephone. Vetoes are done. Setups are set. We are ready to go. Alrighty. Cool. Go-Go's getting cold. We got everyone in here. Let's kick this off, guys. Let's get this going. At least here, because I've got food. I've not even had any yet. You know how lucky you are? Like, no, I have no idea. Alrighty, torches for map number 1. As in the bottom right-hand corner, the blue Terran player here is GuMiho, taking on our red Zergy. In the top right, herO. Both of them 0-1 to start the Korean Royale Group B. Hence both looking for some bounce back, as that's an early SCV on the map from GuMiho. Maybe it's some cheesy time. As we go straight across the map. There's a second SCV moving as well, so it's going to be the double racks proxy. Alright, fun little start coming around the sides. Yeah, I didn't see SCV3, but 3-Rex proxy. It's my fault, guys. I said, surely this one gives us a longer game. I should have said, surely this one's going to be a cheesy matchup, right? Couple of barracks on the way still then. I mean, Rogue is mining gold minerals to access this side of the map, and that's not exactly going to help you in terms of having money to defend. Because those are drones that are not mining efficiently to open this space, right? So it does make your life a bit tougher. And Rogue is now realizing no command center with the overload across the map, so he's realizing now it's going to be time to figure out a defense. The bunker drops, the first SCV and Marine showing up, and we get this action underway. Drones are going to pull. Straight down to the low ground, couple lings popping out. Going to try and chase in for the Marine. The drone's going through. Got a couple of drones onto the SCV, which is important. Trying to deny that bunker, make life a lot easier if you don't let that bunker go up. Next SCV is going to get caught as well. They took a lot of damage. I don't like this for GuMiho, but he will kill an Overlord. That is going to be a supply block for Rogue. Don't love those drones still being down there, as we do get rid of that bunker that was building, so that goes down. Queen's obviously now joined up, going to be a big part of this defense. Spine is finished building, going to try and bring that right to the front to defend the high ground. This is a high ground defense, right? So that's going to help you. It's going to make it so that you have to run up this ramp before you can fight. So you're going to take shots before you can do much else. GuMiho starts to step back, but he needs to do more right now, realistically. I'm just going to nibble through these rocks. We're going to try and go from a different direction, I guess, to kind of end this, but it does feel like you're going to have to make a play to try and end this more than anything else right now. Spying crawler coming through. It's going to be seeing a few Marines coming about. The depot on the way. 2 more spines on the other side. The SCV is going to pull, so it's the right call. I mean, Rogue just presuming he knows what this is going to be, and he's not wrong, to be honest. That spine behind the Evo is cute as well. The SCVs will not be able to get a wraparound on said spine crawler. And GuMiho, he's going to come around the right side, which is very smart because he's recognized that Rogue has opened this up. To be fair, he had the SCVs to open it up himself as well, so this is going to outposition Rogue a little bit. Suddenly we're panicking. We're like, oh god, so now we have access to the main base, and in we go! The 3 racks of Marines from GuMiho just wander into the main. And this is genuinely very awkward. I'm going to move spines forward. I mean, I guess we're just going to defend the natural here. As Rogue, he's just going to say, cool, those units are trapped and they can't get out. You'll have to rebuild a spine crawler, but I mean, in theory, nothing else gets to really join in. A couple lings across the map. I mean, a lot of lings across the map, to be fair. GuMiho's supply blocked. He's actually probably not expecting to, have to build more units right now because he was probably expecting to, lose some in the fight, but it just kind of worked out so well. It's not been the case. Now SCVs have to pull off the mineral line to repair. Marines are returning back home. Rogue's going to start building a Rotron. I like that because he has to rebuild something because the spawn pool's going down. The Rotron is not a terrible choice, I think. Not a terrible choice. Those Marines and the SCV still gather. Let's just have the Spine the drones gather up. The road drone will finish very soon. More depots on the way. Across the map, those lings get cleaned up, so they will go down. Rogue supply is not great, as we have high ground vision, so we can get free shots off here. The spine is in perfect range of that bunker. Roaches obviously now will start a build, will make this a lot better defense. Try to come through. See where we can go to, as we just have, again, just poking away, but it's going to make this entire situation just a little bit weird for the next couple of moments. Actually going to see the breakout here from GuMiho. Comes down this ramp, and he is actually going to try and break through these spines. The Roaches and Ravagers doing what they can. Is it enough? Pulling the Ravagers back, he's going to bile down his own Overlord. No, he actually misses his own Overlord. The Roaches and Ravagers are enough defense. GG says GuMiho. The attempt was good, but it was not good enough in the end. And that is going to be that. Rogue takes game number 1 off of a bit of a crazy scenario to start us off. I guess I'm just going to get this second game set up and grab a couple bites of food. I'll be right back with you in a moment. Game 2 starts with GuMiho. Top right side, the blue Terran player. Up against the red Zerg, bottom left Rogue, who had the right defense in the end when the final push came through. He was able to hold it off and get himself the dub. It was scary at moments, but like I say, he made the right preparations to undo a lot of that towards the tail end. Hatchery comes into place. And then kind of slows the barracks, the gas going through. SCVs on the way. And set up here initially. Super orbital coming up, hatch gas pool coming down. Let me take a few moments to see where this goes. We really have been speeding through the games today, so I would love to see a longer game, especially GuMiho Rogue. I feel like there's a good chance of giving us like a fun, longer TVZ as well. Commencing and finishing soon. Factory on the way. Reaper will nibble at the hatch. And yeah, looks to be coming through and set up initially. Seeing where we can go with this over these next few moments. Command center, the starport all coming about. The orbital command coming through as well. SCV and the Hellion also building. The link speed on the way right now. Link speed is about to finish up. And that Reaper will head back toward the natural these next few moments. Peaceful start to game 2. Things coming about. Banshee and the Hellion is coming online. Still got that cloaking coming by. And again, just getting the drones flare building through. Marine will come over. Hellions the Reaper dive by. I'm gonna get cleaned up. Just take a step away. Again, drones coming about, lag still building through. Got the Banshee, got the cloaking coming about, the armory and the couple factories still coming in as well. Yeah, those few drones building. Spores in the Bailey Nest coming by as well. Again, a little bit of everything coming through for the moment. Just getting all of that on the way. I'm actually going to go mech here as GuMiho with the extra factories, so get that started. Hyperfly Rotor is going to be very traditional kind of battle-y mech here from GuMiho, perhaps. We'll see how many of the Banshees he wants to end up making. But it is exciting to see GuMiho playing some mech. We're actually going to see it go up against the Spire, so the fast mutas here. Pretty nice against the Banshees, actually. Yeah, I didn't realize he's already on Cloak, so he's going to have Hyperfly Rotors as well. So he definitely wants to keep building Banshees. In that case, the Spire is actually very useful, as the Hellions are going to try and dart in at the front. The Queen's out of position. The Ling's looking to try and be the defense here as they come through. Those Hellions taking a bunch of damage. A couple of drones going down. It's going to be 5, 6 workers going down, now 7. That should be about it for the moment. Hyperfly Rose is just about to be done. Got the +1 vehicle plate and the Snack Fuel Accelerator. Coming through too. Those Hellions are back though, and Rogue is in some trouble. Those drones are dropping quickly. Like the preparation, obviously, because you're trying to play a Ling Muta, you're obviously not really well prepared to play against. You know, obviously just Hellions that are diving into you all the time, and being out of position a little bit is causing Rogue a lot of issues. The Mutas are out, but honestly, I'm not sure I'm super confident these mutas getting much done. Cyclones are building. Just do not feel like this is the start you kind of wanted it to be at all. Rogue is down 10 workers in this game. The Cyclone's going to lock on. Muta's not super high in number just yet. They're scanning to attempt to get some kills, but they do at least get out of reach. The mutas protect themselves. And +1 flyer attack is on the way. The additional mutas coming up. The mainland speed finishing very shortly. Gonna be seeing those SCVs repairing up the Banshees as well. As the Mutas try and get a catch on them. Like I said, the Mutas getting the Banshees would be a really nice cleanup so you don't have to deal with that harassment throughout. That would be great, but not really happening just yet as we get 6 SCVs with a little Bane run by over on the 3rd base. And Rogue trying to claw his way back into this. We'll continue to play Mutas here against this mech army, which is going to be, like I said, I think generally pretty tough going for him over these next few moments, honestly. Cyclone's being chased down. Muta's actually getting a good few kills. Cyclone's got some return lock-ons though, so both players are going to take losses. We've got Melee and Carapace upgrades coming through. That Overlord speed coming up as well. Mutas and Lings just continuing by as the Banshee Alien Cyclone production continues. Plus two vehicle plating going to be a part of all this. Some few missile turrets coming up as well. Ling's going to gather over to the side. The Baneling's joining up. Infestation pit coming through. Cyclone stepping back into the center. Ling Bane Muta all coming up. The infestation pit is nearly done. The plus 2 flyer attack is coming in as well as we still see the Mutalisks in production right now as we are set up. Still equal on supply. It looks good for GuMiho. Obviously, you got to keep maintaining control against those Mutas. They can get out of hand if you do let them. So just got to be careful with that. Got to, you know, look after ourselves here. Otherwise, this could definitely get away from you sooner rather than later. So reasons to stay concerned. Hive building. Cyclone's going to cancel the hatchery. And yeah, nice easy grab on that already. Human's getting cleaned up now. The Hellion Cyclone pulling back around into the middle again. This way GuMiho can obviously start getting aggressive. Now you actually have to be able to fight this army, and that's going to be the question mark. I would say it just comes down to Banelings. Can we get enough Banes to kind of slam into these Cyclones and Hellbats? You have the creep spread right now to give you a helping hand. The first wave of Hellbats going down quickly. No surrounds. Some Lings on the other side. Something to maybe catch those Cyclones in position a bit might have been very helpful, but doesn't happen here just yet. Infernal Pre-Igniter still coming through. Yeah, we have a ton of Banshees, by the way, just in case you didn't realize. The fact that there's this many Banshees, but we're playing against Mutas is kind of a little crazy. Like I said, Rogue is definitely a bit trapped on this Ling Bane Muta comp. He can't really go anywhere. I'm surprised GuMiho got to this Banshee count while up against Mutas. I would have just given up on that production and just moved on to other things, but I mean, if they don't get caught, they're still very effective, and as you can see, they continue to move around and having a good time, so... And now, everything is A-okay. Knock down another creep tumor. And plus 2 vehicle weapons, plus 3 vehicle plating coming through as well. Additional Cyclones just coming up. The missile turret's on the way by. The planetary fortress is coming up as well. Command centers in production as we do see our hatchery there is going to get jumped on the Ling Bane and make a dive forward. We're going to get in toward those Cyclones and we're going to start exploding. That was not, it didn't really feel like it was it, did it? Banshees on this bottom side come through. They take down another hatch, and we got ourselves the Mutas trying to intercept, but this time the Overseers can't keep up. So, yeah, no speed. They do have Overlord speed, but there's not enough speed to catch those Banshees, and so we do not get the detection. Combination of speed and cloak is effective, huh? You would have thought. Well, the Ling Bane just gets over to that left-hand side. I mean, what is fun here is that we're getting into a later game scenario. Like, we're getting what we kind of wanted to see. Some of the Banes on the left there, jumping through, trying to do some work. We have ourselves the +2 vehicle weapons, the +2 vehicle, +3 vehicle plating as well from GuMiho, so these upgrades still looking good. The ultras are going to be interesting because I just don't know how much these ultras are going to be able to do to catch these units. If you can sneak some infestors in, and then you're kind of playing with those fungals, then I can believe a lot more in the ultras, but right now I don't see how the ultras get the connections necessary to kind of make this situation work out. As we do see a Chunkaling Bane looking to get to the top of the map here. And get pushed away. A couple Cyclone lock-ons coming through to get some kills in return, at least. The rest of the Cyclones coming back over the left side. I feel like those Lings could have gone for a better attempt of a surround. Like, they kind of just stopped and started fighting, whereas maybe their goal was to truly wrap around and stop the movement. We are going to turn back into the Cyclones on the left. We're getting some kills, don't be wrong, this was not a completely ineffective play. GuMiho loses supply, ROYALE has to rebuild instantly, 7 Ultras on the way. Actually giving themselves the chance to get in with the Mutas because a lot of these Cyclones are not in good enough numbers anymore, so the Mutas actually showing some value too. That was not bad from ROYALE. That was actually, like, don't get me wrong, I don't think that was an efficient trade. But in a game where you're, you know, having more bases in theory than your opponent, that's the sort of trade you should be able to take as long as you play it out correctly from here on out. Things trying to get the wraparound again. Banshees not getting caught, man. Those Banshees are so slippery. They're so hard to catch. They can slip out of anything, it feels like. Like, if Mutas aren't catching them, what does catch them? I'm really surprised we haven't just tried it out on a couple of infestors. I know Rogue's not super rich, but I do feel like the potential of fungal growth would just really give him... To me, it would give him a chance. More so than what we're seeing right now, which is not much of a chance. Good attempted surround, and that does give the Ultras a chance to catch up as well. And Rogue is actually looking as though he might be able to win this fight, jumping onto the Planetary Fortress. The Cyclones will now get their way through some more of those Ultras, but this base is going to go down. And the Ultras are still kind of headbutting at the front door. More Mutas on the way up. We're actually going to get some Mutas starting to reach the Banshees a little bit. As we continue to chase, it gets worse for Rogue, obviously running into static defense and wall-offs, and just giving the Cyclones even more time to kite is only going to be problematic in the long run. The rest of those Lings just moving around, going to get a scan down, knock down a few more of those Zerglings as well. Those 3 vehicle weapons, the Cyclones and the Hellions all coming through. We're just going on the rebuild on GuMiho. Lost a bunch of SCVs. Like I said, I think this is a good enough fight for Rogue to keep him in the game, but long term, I'm not convinced just yet. Let's move back around to the bottom side. We have our +3 vehicle weapons coming up. The Raven on the way through as well. Seeing the Mutas. Still getting some cleanups. I'm just surprised that Rogue, for some of the fights that he's had, I really felt like he would have been able to get out into, like I say, just a little bit more tech, a couple of infestors or so, and it's just not happened. Like I say, it's kind of surprised about it. I feel like the more this goes on, the more it feels like Rogue is really just hanging on in there more so than anything else. And man, we're finally building a Thor. Is this our first Thor of the game? I think we can be a bit critical to GuMiho that's taken him 17 minutes to build a Thor in this scenario. Thors are great. They're amazing against Mutas, and it obviously would have fit right into this army. As you just would have stopped the Mutas flying around moments like this, jumping on these Cyclones. And yes, it takes away from some of your mobility, but even if you just leave the Thors a bit further back, I think there's a lot that they can just do back there. These Banelings will catch some of these units. 11 Mutas coming through. Do you see the Nidus networks continue to come in? Changelings just stepping forward. Hellbat's going to get in after those. Cyclones and the Hellions gathering up. A scan coming down. The Banshees would like to make their way over here. He's going to lock on once again. A couple of those mutas taking damage. I mean, the drone's trying to mine off this hatchery, but the Banshee's going to go through this. These Banshees have been incredible, by the way. Like, I can't believe how much they've been able to do this game. Because these Banelings get pretty good connections. GuMiho a little bit too slow and kind of getting away from those. And give them an option. As this Thor goes down quickly, very separate from the rest of the army. Got a couple of shots off, but not enough to then follow up on any of those mutas, unfortunately. The chaos of the Nidus networks might help a lot for Rogue. Ten things on kind of the attack I was expecting to be scary, though. It's a distraction, however, and Rogue going to take the chance to run the mutas around that right-hand side, going after the refinery, chased away by the Cyclones. Another couple scans still coming through. One more Cyclones building up, scan to the upper left-hand corner. CC's coming in, missile turret coming through. The army going to get to the front and pick off some more of these group tumors here. The mutas will take that chance to go and, again, try and chase down these Banshees that have been so freaking frustrating all game long. As they try and kill off an Ultra out of these Banshees, they're going to get cornered. Oh my god, it's finally the end. I can't believe those Banshees have been such a mainstay of this game. Finally going down. You can see how the Ultras just melted there on their own. I really think we could have gotten an Infestor. 2-3 Infestors over the course of this, surely affordable, surely it's something we could have gotten. Hey, the muta's actually going to win against these Cyclones for the moment, but we are losing on the bottom side of the map, so that's an issue. Auto turrets even going down over there. Having to borrow up drones over on this side. The Banelings coming through to try and crash through those Cyclones, and the biggest issue for Rogue is it's a very trade out. You know, it's a big trade out. And the problem with trading out is that GuMiho had a bank. I will say I think Rogue actually took some good fights here. Like the mutas did well on this top side. The Banelings did what they needed to bottom right. The Banshees are finally gone. Is there a world or a way? Is there a world or a way in which we see Rogue just continuing through now? GuMiho's bank is disappearing, man. Like, don't get me wrong, Rogue's losing a lot of workers, but that Cyclone count being reset is going to give the mutas a really scary option as they attack through here. Wants that orbital, but doesn't want to give up units freely, chasing it into the Cyclones. That makes a lot of sense. Good call, being responsible with the movement there. Mutas continue over. That orbital going to go down. The rest of the mutas still chasing about. The Ling's getting in after the Cyclones. This Ultra goes down as well. I mean, the issue for Rogue is that attacking in to end the game is going to always be difficult. He'll trade with these missile turrets. He basically has to harass GuMiho to death, which means that, like I say, those few units trying to headbutt at the front door were never going to be super successful. That one Ultra going to get locked onto is going to be an issue. I like the mutas getting rid of this base, but they're probably going to have to pull back over here. If your Banes finish, they will get forward, and GuMiho didn't think they were going to finish. To take some damage. Mutas intercept some Cyclones would be great, obviously. Can't say no to that. The mutas are doing great, but I still think we need them to play the defense. I think we're needing them to hold off this main army in the end. Once the orbital is going to just let some mutas go down to get it, so he will kill off another base that GuMiho was relying on for the mining. More Cyclones coming up. A lot of Lings on the way as well from Rogue. He just tries to afford anything he can. We're at the point where both these players have no bank accounts left. Rogue trying to find a fight. Anti-arm missile strike, and the mutas trying to cut the corner on the Cyclones. We'll get a few of them, but doesn't want to chase too far. That should... I mean, if you're going to pull back the mutas, you shouldn't be chasing forward with the Ultras either, though. That said, I mean, I think GuMiho is going to run out of stuff before Rogue does. And I say that just as then the Cyclones are going to chase... Like, I don't know why Rogue didn't commit there. I feel like the mutas were absolutely fine to get on top of the Cyclones. Like, we're going to commit in again now. What's better about this fight that wasn't there before? Nothing, really. I mean, maybe this is what he was afraid of. The Cyclones actually getting rid of the Mutalist count a little bit. Doesn't matter, though. It's going to work out. GG. God darn it. It is going to be Rogue that takes it down and takes it 2-0. What a ridiculous game in the end. Damn. I mean, that was just a great game. Just a great game. Can't really say much else to that. I guess I'm going to try and finish my lunch, which I've been trying to eat for the last 30 minutes, while we get this next match set up, which is going to be featuring herO versus GuMiho. So we're going to get herO versus GuMiho started up. Thanks so much for reaching level 10 if that was you. We appreciate you on the Marvel Strike Force. This should be our last break screen of the day, guys, because after this, I should be done eating, and we can just go all the way through to the end without any more of me disappearing. So, BRB. in the bottom left-hand side of our next best of 3. We're going to have this as the Blue Pearls player herO. Taking on the Red Terran. In the top right, we've got GuMiho. Map 1 of our series as we get started. Ready to rumble. Thank you again for the Marvel Strike Force levels and so that you guys are reaching, guys. Appreciate you. I'll talk more about that maybe between these next games. Alrighty, so an STV and Pro, gonna nibble for a couple moments. Orbital and the STV, oh sorry, Orbital and the Marine. Just coming through for the moment. Alright, so Rax is going to come across. I'm just going to get landed down as we do get settled here for this TVP. This is one where obviously herO is definitely looking like a favorite. Yeah, GuMiho now 0-2 in this group. I felt like he was about to get a game. Honestly, that was a wild series against Rogue. That first game, I thought he was going to have it. The second game, I felt like it was looking pretty good for him until it didn't at the very end. I like we're on our way to a game 3, to be honest, but didn't happen. Instead, we get into GuMiho versus herO already. This is Series 5 of the day, so after this, we've got herO versus Rogue. And then we've got the herO versus Creative match at the end as well. So, like I say, so far we have been a little bit speeding our way through. It's been a quick one so far. Let's see if herO GuMiho gives us anything. Like, I do think that GuMiho is not quite in his best form right now. And so I do think herO should be a pretty heavy favorite in this, but maybe some cheeky GuMiho builds can show us something. I kind of believe in that, perhaps. Or not believe even further, I suppose. We shall see soon enough. Medevac, Cyclone, couple of Marines all coming about. It's going to be seeing the hallucination popping is going to start making a move. So the hallucination going to get over. I'm just going to be seeing a few Marines stepping by. It's going to be going into the main base. So get a little scout around for a few moments. Again, the gates and the charge all coming up. And a hallucination just going to patrol about for a few moments. Getting set up for now. A couple of gates coming through. Probes on the way. Might just be a bit of an off day for GuMiho as well. I mean, to be fair, I don't think he actually played badly overall. Just, things didn't necessarily go his way. When we saw him in the October event, he actually looked pretty sharp, so I guess we'll see. Probes coming about. Just going to see the cloak on the way up. Banshee coming through. Hallucination coming about, Banshee tanking the Marine continuing over, got that cloak coming on. Car charge going to be finishing in a couple of moments. Nexus in the Forge about to be complete as we do have ourselves here just going straight toward the third base. And that robot facility getting started. Yeah, battery starting, again, +1 getting going. Again, we have ourselves a few units popping out from the main out to the low ground. Zealot's going to be caught here. I mean, you can't really fight this as herO. Can you? Can you? Force field actually helps GuMiho, I think, because it actually keeps him from getting surrounded by the Zealots a little bit. So I actually think herO helped his opponent there a little bit. So far. Seeing the medevac coming back up in towards the high ground. Just going to drop the tank up over there. Get that into position for the moment. Again, blinking the +1 coming through, extra gates coming about. So, for the moment, GuMiho alive and well, but we'll see how well it continues. Again, our Marines in the command center coming up, siege tank building, 4 additional barracks, and the engineering bay producing through as well. 7 gateways all in the way from herO, so it's going to be a good amount of production for him. Get those gates all coming up, and yeah, we just see where we want to go. I never told you what was for lunch. I didn't realize I had to. I didn't realize that was like a legal requirement of having lunch on the stream. Ay. It's tough being a streamer, man. No privacy. Next, you can see the Banshees knocking down the cooling tower. One of those things where, I mean, if you can knock it down now, I guess why not? But then there's probably better things to be doing with the Banshees at the moment. Again, +1 attack, combat shield, stim pack, all building up. So a lot of that coming through. Got those few extra Zealots finishing, and we have ourselves herO ready to go. And potentially take a bit of a move or chance on the other side. Got those Banshees showing up, those Zealots go the other way. I mean, herO is setting up. I mean, he's just poised to fight. Like, man clearly is feeling aggressive here. Stalkers blink in. They get rid of one of those Banshees. The problem is those Marines are still unupgraded, so being out in the open against charge lots doesn't feel great, but the high ground tanks will help you to defend. We preserved a lot of the Marines. The problem is taking this third base is going to be an issue because we haven't got the tanks on the low ground, which keeps them safe, but it doesn't necessarily save the third. And there's no SCVs here to repair. Now the tanks have relocated. They're going to move in. They're going to get blinked upon, so we try to play the defense. Still no SCVs here, so this third base is going to go down, no? Maybe not, actually, because we do get rid of a lot of stuff. 2-3 Stalkers left over fighting the Banshee right now. An extra round of Zealots showed up, which might just be what herO needs. There is one SCV there doing some repairs. Why are we trying to reland this third base, man? That is the biggest bait of all time. What are we doing? Fly it away! You're in trouble! Like, at least until you've got Stimpack or so you're a little bit better off in being able to kind of step forward and fight. Stimpack building up, just going to be seeing the Zealots. They're chasing forward. They're very splashed, so they're quite hurt, but we still need the units to be able to finish those off. GuMiho, stim! Stim! Push the button! Oh my god, what are we doing? Why do we not like our units? But the mine's going to get reburrowed here. The couple of Zealots at the front will get shot at by said mines. Orbital taking some more repairs. Just going to step through. A couple Stalkers have to blink away. A couple Zealots going to drop into that main mineral line. And now, oh my god, 10 more Zealots go in. So now GuMiho's going to get stretched apart. As there's not really an answer to this. The SCV is trying to hold position, but it's not going to be it. herO's aggression will pay out in the end. Took a couple of attempts, but he got there with it. And herO takes game 1 of the BO3. Man, I was kind of a little like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, he's surely going to stim, right? And I was like, I was waiting for it, and he just never really stimmed. Felt like he could have had a bit of an easier time there, to be honest, as game number 2 will come through. Which is going to be on Taito Citadel. And considering GuMiho has been trying to veto all the new maps, this is going to be interesting to see how he plays Taito. Alrighty, guys. Game 2 of Series 5. We're yet to see a 2-1 so far today. It's been 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. Hoping that maybe changes. GuMiho, if he loses this, is going to be 0-3 in the group, which is obviously really not a pretty place to be either, so hoping he can drag himself out of that one. As we get into this... Saved by Inu, who's paying more attention than I am. Run this down again, and we will kick off into Taito. Perfect. Alright, so GuMiho versus herO. And ready to rumble. Counting down, finishing up. Let's go in game. Top left-hand corner, I'm going to start things off with the blue Protoss player. This is herO, taking on GuMiho, our red Terran in the bottom right corner of the map. He was down a game in the series and looking to try bounce back over the next few moments. So we'll get this up and ready to go. See what's going to happen. Alrighty, so we'll get into this and see where we're going to go. See what our plan is going to be. As take a moment. Taito Citadel as our map. Been a fun one in this ladder map pool so far. Been fun to see. Cybercorn Zealot coming through. Orbital and the Reaper coming about. Just going to be having ourselves the moment setting up for the moment, getting going, seeing what our plan might be. Alright. Okay, coming up, Stalker and the Nexus coming through, adding on the Assimilator. I'm just going to be seeing the Nexus coming by still. Let's have ourselves the Reaper, going to be met by the Zealot. It's going to take a couple of shots. So a bit of damage done there immediately. And Reaper will continue to try and fight against the Zealot, using some of the vision blockers for a few moments initially. Poker chases. Just gonna see things going the other way for a couple of moments there, so we get chased back out the other direction for the moment. Again, Starport coming through, Orbital coming about a finish. And the Reaper will make its way. Just going to see our Starport finishing, reacting the bunker, coming about. So with herO on that gold base, is going to give you kind of maybe options as GuMiho to be able to kind of abuse that and take advantage of it a little bit, but it's something that herO might be able to make work, because that's the kind of life that herO leads a lot of the time. We shall see. And charge coming about right now. I see the medevac boosting up that left-hand side, trying to get in for the moment. Let's see the wouldn't mind dropping. Bam! Oh, GuMiho! Is that what he needs? The 13 probes? I mean, it's going to make a dent in herO's economy despite the gold base, so pretty huge. Also one in the charge still coming up. I'm just going to see our engineering bay and Stimpack coming through. Going to see the Reaper and the Hellion down to that bottom left side. A couple of the Zealots are going to get their kill off the Hellion already. Clean that one up initially. And Sim Combat +1 all coming through. Just gonna be seeing the bunker gonna sit right there. Can we break our way into this? What am I gonna fire? A couple probes. 4 workers going down. A few Marines and the Marauders stepping across. And the Stalker's still taking some damage, getting pushed back to the other side. 8 SCVs going down, 4 probes on the return. Continue to get set up at the moment. And Stim Combat +1 coming through, Marine Marauder coming up, mines in the barracks on the way in. +1 combat shield still coming through. Just going to be having ourselves the concussive shells as well. GuMiho still setting up the few gates in the Temple Archives building as well, so bringing that straight over. And +1 concussive shells continuing to come through, seeing what's going on. Those gates finishing up, I'm going to get stepped forward. Just going to be seeing the Stalkers coming about. And in fact, up to the top is just going to be chilling out over there. And a little bit more of the Bioforce coming over as well. It's just going to continue to set up for the moment. A few Zealots coming through, armor upgrade coming by. And we see the medevac boosting in toward the main base. 2 Marines will unload. 5, 6, 7, and 8. As the Bio comes over, Zealot's going to get jumped on as well. See a little bit of Bio stemming over to the left. I mean, denying the gold would be nice. Dropping into the main base as well. GuMiho trying to take advantage of what is a big army supply lead for himself at the moment by just spreading himself out as best as possible to make it difficult for herO to have enough. Stems up over here. He actually ignored the gold base. Comes across this base. Gets rid of the pylon, depowering some gates. The dropping the mains getting cleaned up. The reinforcements over here getting cleaned up. GuMiho is now going to run those units toward the main as well. Bio steps through, Stalker goes down, it's going to lift up and boost away. Let's charge in, Bio just going to load up, peel over to the side instead. The Widow Mine's pulling back, a couple of those Zealots coming back through. Just going to see the Storm coming down. Just going to be seeing the Zealot and the High Temple gathering back around. Just going to be seeing the extra units producing. Can GuMiho keep this momentum up? Can he take himself a game here? Can he give us a game 3? We'd love to see it. Sentry, unfortunately, does eat the Widow Mine shot, which is sad for GuMiho because he actually didn't need to use it on the Sentry. It was going to die anyway. He's going to get reinforcements over here, so there's a lot of units up top, so they could go elsewhere at the same time. Guardian Shield still active, allowing us to come through for the moment. Hallucination comes in, the Colossus disappears instantly. Storm still coming about, Bio running to the bottom left-hand side. Going to stay away for a moment or two, so again, keeping ourselves out of there. As the Bio continues to chase, our Templar goes down, Stalkers and company in some trouble. The Zealot's also taking damage. Will go after the Zealots as the +2 attack plays. Vita just now starting as well, so here trying to keep the upgrades rolling. I just don't think 83 army supply of GuMiho disappears to the 20 or 30 army supply of herO, and that means that GuMiho should just be able to fight this out and wins this fight now. You get rid of this gold base, and you probably move along to the other bases very soon after as well. Hey, a Storm! My Templar shows up and throws something down. Gonna be seeing GuMiho able to take game number 2. It's gonna be a game 3, guys. We get it! Finally! Yes, GuMiho fighting back. Was not honestly expecting it too much, but he's able to make it happen. So GuMiho taking us to a game 3. That Widowmine shot definitely helping so much. Massive connection onto those workers, killing off so many. Was obviously very early on a very big deal, so... Alright, let's get this rolling out. Let's host up and we'll get going, guys. If you are enjoying the stream today, obviously a couple of mentions. First of all, like and subscribe if you're on the YouTube as per usual. And if you're on the Twitch, you can follow. And all the usual stuff as always. If you've got a Prime sub available, do consider supporting and priming us up. We are in a massive sub drop-off. Like, we are fighting hard. Like, yesterday we actually had quite a few subs, and we still just going backwards again today. So if you guys are enjoying the stream, do consider supporting. Again, 700 subs is a great point for us to be able to kind of comfortably run tournaments and run more prize money and stuff like that. So if we can keep trying to push towards that, super appreciate. So do drop a Prime if you've got it, or support with other subs if you fancy it. All of it helps us out. As we get into game 3 here. So yeah, check that out. I appreciate it if you do. Thank you so much, Incubus, for the 59-month resub. Thank you, thank you. If you want some free ways to support the stream, like I say, check out the Marvel Strike Force, !Marvel in the Twitch chat. We'll give you the link you need. You can download the game. Simply installing the game counts immediately as support for the stream. Get level 2, 5, 10, etc. counts as supporting. And if you complete your daily objectives 2 days in a row, that's super amazing. Complete them 5 days in a row, even better. So we'll be checking out that game later on today when we're finished with the StarCraft. But if you want to get a step ahead and support the stream already by getting the installs in and get ready to play along, then you can do so right now with !Marvel in the Twitch chat. And we'll talk more about them a bit later on. As for now, we have ourselves herO in the top right side. It's going to be the blue Protoss taking on GuMiho. Our red Terran is in the bottom left-hand corner. Well, that was a very successful sub choo-choo sellout, wasn't it? Smaug TD, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Homuous Love, thank you so much for the 3-month resub on the Prime reminder. Thank you so much. And Y Roran coming in with the 6-month just regular sub, choo-choo. We are in fact 1 sub away from the hype train. Yes, that's right. The Twitch hype train could leave the station with 1 more subscription. Is it sellout time or is it not? You guys decide. I'll leave it in your hands as we get into game 3 of GuMiho and herO. On Leylines, nice standard map for it. As we get a rolling. Gate and the probe coming about, Rax and the SCV coming over, we get all of that settled in. Yo, D64 gonna drop the gifted sub to throw the hype train into motion. Thank you so much, gifting 1 out, and it goes to Durango Duke. Thank you so much for the generosity, mate. Well, guys, is there ever a better time to sub than when the hype train is available? Personally, I don't think so. To me, this is absolutely peak content on Twitch. I can't possibly imagine what you guys would rather be doing, so hit that sub button. Let's do it. You guys know what the best part about subscribing to this channel is? You guessed it. I'm trying to think what I should actually say. I was going to say supporting the StarCraft 2, but then I was like, well, actually, it could be maracas. I got the maracas, you know, we could shake them a little bit. Maybe if we get to the next hype train level, maybe, possibly. Like, last time I brought the maracas out, it was a big hit. So it's a big positive. Oh, Ellie's here for the maracas as well. She's very interested. Hey, baby. Sorry, did I disturb you? She's like, what the hell are you doing, Dad? Why have I had to wake up and come see you? And you don't even have food. Tough being a puppy, isn't it, Ellie? Yes, it is. Get the hell in. And the Marine is going to chase out. The Stalker is going to come through. He's going to chase away. Charge coming up. We've got that warp gate coming in as well. It's just bringing a lot of that through. It's going to be seeing the Marines and the medevac coming over. Barracks is going to be coming up. A couple of Stalkers just pinging. Orbital Command taking some hits. You can see the Stargate coming through. The extra gates coming online as well. To get that up and rolling. You only sub if you can get behind the scenes info on what I had for lunch. Fine. For lunch, I had a very beautiful tofu and cress sandwich. It's like meant to be an egg and cress sandwich, but it's with tofu instead. It was great. Made by the beautiful wife. Tried it, just trying out the new recipe for the first time today. Nailed it. And she's on a roll. She's now made 2 new recipes back to back, both success stories. Crazy. Couple of medevac moves coming over. Just gonna drop the Widow Mines down. And so do you get burrowed probes? Bam. 1 probe going down. Widow Mine drop for the 2nd probe. Just retargeting. It's just gonna be a single one in the end. Beautiful stuff. Thank you, Black Bear, for the YouTube membership. Appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Access Forge coming over, Oracle on the way. Just going to see the Phoenix going to clean up on the bottom side. The Siege Tank and the Marines continuing through. Banshee on the way up. I'm just going to be seeing our Marine Tank gathering as well. Phoenix would like to try and step through. Again, get some units in production right now. Cloak on the way about. Depot's coming in. Little tank shots are nice to actually keep those Stalkers warned off for the moment. Sold out for lunch for subs. I mean, look, for the sake of, you know, making $3, why not say what I had for lunch, you know? Makes no difference to me. Hey, thank you so much, Anonymous Gifter. Going up to Fanoop3141, thank you so much. And hitting Hoplite on the Prime sub as well. I appreciate you so much also. As GuMiho, he's getting excited because he's pulling the SCVs. As we are going to be moving across to the other right side. So it is going to be attack time here. GuMiho looking to get it done aggressively to win out this game 3 against herO. And away we go. I see a bunker coming up. This push forward starting. The probes pulling forward. Going to lose a bunch of those tank shots initially. That's going to be seeing Phoenix Zealots on the way about. Phoenix going to come around the back. Marine's going to continue to fight. Going to get those Phoenix getting the lifts off here already. It's going to be seeing the tanks going to get dropped back down. The Marines continue to trade. Phoenix going down. The probes are dropping. A lot of workers dying. Obviously, GuMiho pulled SCVs into this. My concern here is that it's only Marines that remain now. There's a new tank on the way over. GuMiho, 14 army supply lead, and that's after the warping of herO already. herO's building an Oracle as well. Try and help him out in this situation right now. This is going to be seeing a few Marines going to step back to the other side. You can see the Phoenix lift in the siege tank. We can target that Phoenix down. tank will get one shot off maybe. The bunker is going to die. The Stalker shots are going to kill it. Cloak Banshee is just putting out damage, draining the battery of energy if nothing else. The problem is, again, we're back to only really having Marines here. Now the Banshee is out of energy. It's going to lose its Cloak Queen. It's going to die. And GuMiho, I think, is running out of steam in this game number 3. I think herO is on track to close this down. As you can see, the Zealots charging through. The Marines are going to have to keep on running. Stalkers are going to be there. And the Banshee taking some more damage as well. I think this is truly going to be GG's. herO 2, GuMiho 1, and herO takes the best of 3. GuMiho starts off the tournament 0 and 3. Next time we see GuMiho will be on the final day of Group B, and it's going to be versus Bjorn, Shin, and Classic. Honestly, that's rough. That's just rough. I don't have any more honesty to bring you guys than that. That's just going to be difficult, to be honest, so... Yeah, alright, we're going to get into our next match here, which is going to be herO versus Rogue, so we're going to get that up and running. And get that started off. So, going to be tough for GuMiho, I think, in this tournament, but we'll check in on him next time. Maybe he can make something happen. But now, herO Rogue, and then we have herO Creator, as obviously we see herO taking his first match of the tournament, going up to 1-0. So, yeah, he plays against Rogue, who's 1-1, he's 1-1, and then Creator, who's 1-1. And that will be the end of our games today. So 2 best of 3s left. I'm just going to nip BRB, I think, a second, guys, and I'll see you guys on the other side of this for more StarCraft 2. Alright guys, we are back. Yo, thank you so much. A couple more subs that came in just at the end there, and I didn't get to them before I had to nip off quickly. New strats, the Prime sub, and hitting Hoplite, the Prime sub as well. Thank you guys. Subbing with Prime is always so weird on the phone. Yeah, they don't make it easy, man. They don't make it easy. Not at all. What are you doing? Troublemaker. She's like, not me. I'm out of here. All right. Move people around, and we can go. Ready. Rogue and herO. Okay, now our second last best of 3 of the day. Yeah, this has really gone quickly. I mean, considering, I guess, Group A's first day took quite a while to get through, so in comparison, it definitely feels like it's gone quickly as well. So it's been a thing. All right, we get into this and see how we go. Thanks for joining us today for the WardiTV Korean Royale. Let's get this started. On to Taito Citadel. In the bottom right hand side, we're going to start off with the blue Zerg player. This is going to be Rogue. Did not fare super great earlier on. Was able to get through GuMiho, but did fall to Classic. So, we'll see how that goes now. With him against herO, tough couple of Protoss matches for him today. For sure. In the top left corner, the red Protoss player is going to be herO. Let's see what happens in this PvZ. herO 2-0 on the day, Rogue 1-1. How will they end their first day of Korean Royale action here? That is what is left to be decided. Like I say, after this, guys, we will do a little bit of the Marvel Strike Force sponsorship as well once we're done with the next couple of matches. So, again, if you want to check that out already, you can exclamation mark Marvel in the Twitch chat. Download it on your phones, play a little bit, get some levels. Support the stream for free just by taking part. We do appreciate it if you do. There's the hatch gas coming in, the gateway coming along. It's going to be seeing the setup for a couple moments coming into place right now. And we get ready to rumble. So, taking a few moments, getting set. Cybercore is on the way as well. We have the hatch gas and pool all coming up. And yeah, excited to see where we're going to go with this over the next few moments. Let's get set up and ready to rumble. Yeah, an excellent cybercore coming through. Hatch gas and pool is building. Excuse me. As we get set up right now. See where we are going. So we got next coming through, got the Stalker and the Warp Gate coming up, a couple Queens and Ling Speed coming through as well. Those drones and the Overlords all coming into play as we just get ourselves set up. Nexus Forge, Sentry, Gateway coming online for now. And get settled in. The Stalker going to ping away at the Overlord, doing some damage here. So a few shots coming in to begin with, as that Stalker will hit the Ovi, push that over to the sides. Get that started up right off the bat. Well, nothing too weird there, as the Stalker will even take a chance to move out on the map a little bit. It's just going to start making some moves. And +1 attack coming through. That Wolf Gate is coming online. The Twilight Council continues to come into play just now. So again, we get that settled for the moment. And it's going to be the Twilight Council early here from herO. So gets himself into the Twilight. Already has the Forge up from a little bit of a weird position. It's just going to go Forge into an early Twilight. And basically what I imagine this is him heading into right now is he's basically saying, right, I want to set myself off into a good position. I want to get myself into like a fast upgrade and probably just something off the Twilight. And we're just going to go if I had to make a guess. So I feel like we're going to get very aggressive here very quickly, to be honest. So yeah, going to be interesting to see how that turns out. Going to have the Stalker and the Adept gathering together and just going to be... Whoa! Lagging out, okay. Oh, I thought that was my PC crashing because I was messing around with my capture card earlier, and last time I messed around with my capture card, my PC froze a little bit afterwards during streams, but that's why it was a very dramatic whoa. Like I say, a little bit dramatic maybe in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, it's just someone lagging out. So waiting for Pommy to drop, and we'll get right back to it, guys. Get back into the action here in a couple of moments. Yeah, there we go. Pommy jumps out. I'm just going to get back on track. Spawn the way through. Rotron coming up. Drones and the Queens on the way in. Is the +1 and the charge coming by as well. So we continue to get that going just for now. Yeah, a couple of Zealots coming by. The charge and the +1 all coming up as well. Those few Zerglings looking to try and gather about here for a few moments. And yeah, a couple of Queens gathering in as well. So those Queens are going to gather up down to the bottom left. Feelings moving about. Rotron coming through as well. And that's going to give you some kind of setup here defensively from Rogue. You're going to need Roaches to deal with this fast charge +1 play that hero's kind of been heading to, although now that's a +2 as well, so he does have a little bit of kind of future-proofing kind of coming in as well, it would seem. Roach in production. I mean, like I say, it makes sense. There's a bunch of Zealots on the way out, but hero's going to throw down third base, throw down a Robo, and looks like he's honestly looks like he's on his way to a pretty decent little setup here. So away we go. Let's just have ourselves a little bit of movement coming through again. Next is in the Robo facility, all coming about. The +2 attack upgrade is coming in also here, getting that underway. Still gathering up and just going to be pushing our way around. I mean, the Lings are staying active. Rogue is still making units, so is there a world Rogue? I mean, he's only 39 drones. I guess he's going to attack. But then it's going to be interesting because there are Zealots out from herO, but I guess not a whole lot of anything else. So that might leave us in a little bit of a vulnerable position. This could get very interesting as the Roach Ravager is coming and herO preparation starts. Temple Archives dropping down already, but the shield battery starts. That's the most notable thing. Warps in a couple of sentries, but Ravager's available, so we can buy time. We can't buy too much time with the sentries. It's going to see the Ling Roach Ravager pulling back down, gets rid of the Stalker already. The rest of those units gathering up together, +2 attack still coming in. I mean, we got to go as Rogue. The longer you wait, the worse this gets for you typically. So, I mean, +2 is nearly done from herO as well. I'm not sure how much +2 is necessarily going to help in this composition, but I'd imagine it has some impact. Again, having to use those vials to buy get you through the force fields. The force fields have bought some time, but is it enough? Filing the battery now is probably not going to do too much. Getting rid of these sentries. The new battery would have been a good target. The Immortal goes down. I think herO's dead, guys. This game's been weird. His setup's been a little bit intriguing, a little bit different on off the beaten pathway, and quite frankly, it's just not going to work out for him as we turn around, get rid of a battery there as well. And Ling Roach Ravager just going to run into the natural because Rogue has no reason to slow down. He is going to go after the Archon with the Biles, but yeah, Roach Ravager, I think, is looking like it's going to be plenty. I can't imagine these couple tech units alone are going to save the day. As, there goes the Archon. There goes the pylon powering the Robos. And now no more Immortals on the way out as the probes pull into this. But Rogue is looking good to win out this first game. So, looking to succeed here as we push on through. And GG gets called. Rogue takes game number 1 of this best of 3. Going to be up by a map in this series. So, Rogue takes the first. And our game number 2 on the horizon. Alright, well, exciting stuff, because we actually have maybe the underdog taking a map, and this could definitely shift up the group a bit. Remember that every match in this group is super important in terms of the standings, and standings are super important because when it comes to standings, the standings at the end of the day are what really help you out in the end. So standings really push you through into the playoffs further and deeper, so there's a lot to be said there. So yeah, rotating a win off herO would be wild, especially when he's had a little bit of a rougher time at times as well. Awesome. Alright, let's move our people around. Match history. Off, herO up. Ready, and game number 2's on the way, guys. Alrighty, thank you for the patience as we pick this off and get this going. We're going to jump into White Rabbit here. And like I say, get this one underway. So away we go for now. White rabbit. Right rabbit, right rabbit, right rabbit. Let's jump into the top right-hand side where we're going to see the blue Zerg who takes the lead of this series. It is Rogue up against the red Protoss player. In the bottom left, we've got herO. Game 2 of the best of 3. Overlord coming through, drone building. Taking a couple of moments there already. And just see the Overlord stepping about for a couple of moments as well, moving around, drone coming back down for a second, and we just have ourselves the gateway and the probe continue to come by. So again, just getting settled in for the moment, so we put that into place. Probably comes back over, just going to be seeing hatch, gas, and pool then all building up, so we just have very standard stuff for the first moments. This probe obviously will try and be as annoying as possible for the next few moments. Get that set, get that rolling, and seeing what we can do. Probe stepping around, again just trying to make some magic happen maybe. Yeah, nothing really too crazy, just a very typical first little bit of harass that you would expect to see, so like I say, nothing too surprising just yet. See how drones coming about, and yeah, we have ourselves a Cybercore in the Nexus coming through as well, so a little bit of everything straight on in for now. Drones pull across, probe will take some damage. Again, Nexus and Cybercore producing through. The couple Lings and Queens are going to get going. The Overlord building up as well. And the Adept just Chrono boosting away from the gateway for a couple of moments, so we can continue in with that. That Stargate is coming through too, so another little bit of something we can build up for the moment. The link speed is still producing through, so the drone and the Queen continue about. The Stargate and the Adept are very much so on the way, adding that warp gate on as well. And again, seeing a little bit of success just straight away in those early few moments. So again, getting that up and running. That Stargate is going to be our real point of contention, because that's really where things get interesting. Unless the Adept found its way in for some damage, which as you can see, it's not really managing to do just now. We should be able to look pretty reasonable. And links be coming about, a couple Queens coming through, adding on those couple of drones as well. Void Ray and the Warp Gate is going to be the choice from herO. So he's actually getting the Void Ray, which is going to give you some chance to push away at some of the nearby Overlords and so on. So I would imagine that's going to be a factor that we kind of keep our eyes on here. Again, the few Lings and drones coming up. The Queen as well. Oracle. They're going to be following that Void Ray. This Void Ray has become more popular lately. Like, it's something that we've seen kind of coming around more frequently in general. As the Void Ray activates, we'll go after and we'll clear out the Overlord. And we'll just have ourselves the gateway, continuing through. Nexus on the way up. Just for the moment. So we're going to ping. Overlord will take some more damage. Again, Nexus on the gate coming through. And the Void Ray again pushed away, not really able to do too much just yet overall. So doing a pretty reasonable job of that. Stalker is going to be able to get in after the Overlord, clearing that out. And melee upgrade building by. Still got the Lings coming online. Overlord's coming up for the moment. Robo Facility, Forge, and Twilight Council all building as well, so we get a bit of everything on the way through. Just getting everything set for now. And the melee upgrade and the Queen going to be a part of this as well. We're going to get through a couple of the creep tumors actually, so just going to be able to nibble through those. And we do have Robo Facility, Forge, and Twilight Council all still building into play. The extra gates coming online. The Stalker coming up. And again, the melee upgrade and the Queen continue to come through as we speak. So, trying to see what we can do. I love how active this Void Ray has been able to be. Like, I feel like usually it kind of has one little shove across the map and it pulls back and just sits at home or picks off overlords around the sides. And melee upgrade lair. Roadrun continuing. Just going to have a couple of adepts trying to step forward for now. I'm going to look to see what we can maybe do, as the jump on them is going to be very real though. And that's not going to go anywhere if you are... Not going to go anywhere at all actually if you are... Your hero. We're going to choose to go into the Spire. So he's actually going to get in toward the Mutalisks to begin with. The melee upgrade about to be done, so obviously it's going to continue to be Ling heavy. Then with the Spire coming up, obviously this starts to become a very different game in general. I'm intrigued to see that we have the Roach roaring on the way up as well, so that's going to be moving into Roach speed. So Roach speed will stop. The Queens are going to be there, pushing away at the Void Ray and pushing that out over to the edges. But yeah, the Spire coming up. It'll be interesting to see how well the Mutas can do, especially if they end up being hidden until further down the line. Could that very interestingly. Inspire finishing soon. Look at the gates, the Colossus, +1 in charge. All coming about here. Prism continues to move around. We are going to see those Queens still in after the Void Ray as well. Just looking to play cleanup on that one. So we have our +2 melee, the Roach speed, the Spire, like I say, about to be finished. But we're already on the Infestation Pit too. So Rogue is absolutely looking to try and get as much done as possible here. See that Prism stepping over. The couple of Zealots are going to get in after the Queen. The drones are going to pull away. The Zerglings are going to come pulling back. It's going to get active on that immediately as the Queen will get onto the Prisms. Just going to take a turn straight into this. And the Templar Archives coming down for the moment. So just going to get that put into place. Again, +2 attack. Sun Thermal Lance, Blink, all building through. Templar Archives coming up as well for the moment. Queens will be there. Void gets turned about. Just going to see the +2 attack, Thermal Lance, and the Blink continue to come online. And we'll just see still the Overseer is going to go down, but actually just contaminate the Robo, so it does a little bit of work there at the very least, which is, I mean, if nothing else, it's a mild positive, right? Yeah, and the +2, Thermal Lance coming in, the High Templar all building, the Colossus on the way. Those Mutas are just going to fly into the main base, and that's going to be an immediate disaster here for herO, losing 5 workers right off the bat. Like I say, the preparation for this was pretty minimal, so the Mutas are a surprise. Now Phoenix started build. We're actually going to go Corruptors. It's going to have a double whammy effect. Can deal with the Phoenix, I guess, but also it's going to be an answer to the Colossus, which are coming up. And because we've already got the Spire, it actually kind of makes this kind of worthwhile. So, yeah, this actually becomes kind of a pretty worthy kind of thing to do. 9 probes going down. The Phoenix continues to produce in for the moment, and away we go. Is going to try and dive back into this main mineral line where we see a few more probes being picked off. 4 or 5 workers going down. They make it 6 as the Phoenix continue to chase around. Phoenix will continue to come through then and again go after those Mutalisks for a couple of moments. So again, coming through for now. Roaches gathering, Corruptors joining. May take a second to reset our styles. Rogue's going to be fully maxed out. Baneling Nest coming up. Maybe once Banelings before he truly commits to any fights, which means it's going to take a little while before we go anywhere else, because we'll still need Baneling speed and so on as well. It's herO into the main base with those Oracles. Will not do too much immediately. Going to end up turned around. So that's not going to be too much of a success story to begin with. Okay, and the +1 missile still coming by. About halfway done. Baneling speed coming up. The Prism is going to lift and try and escape away as the Corruptors are going to give chase. Archons will go after the Corruptors. That's a dead Prism, so I mean now these Archons are a bit stranded. The rest of the units show up. Looks as though we will save said Archons for the moment at least. Get back on track. Corruptors coming back over. That Colossus is immediately in trouble. It is going down. And it's going to be a cleanup indeed, so kind of pick off there. Army right up the left-hand side. So got a Hive about to finish 30, 44 Banelings. Oh my goodness. A lot of Banes morphing in from Rogue to power up this army and look to kind of take this big engagement. I mean, we're going to get a surround as herO works his way into the center, but he actually walks into the Stasis Ward, so the Stasis working out from herO. As both players are close on maxed out, so it's going to be important very shortly here for Rogue to take the right kind of fights, otherwise he could end up in some difficult positions. We do have the +3 attack upgrade going to be a part of all this. The Great Aspire coming through as well from Rogue. I thought he was going to go for the fight in the end, but not going to find a chance. He does send more Roaches to the bottom side. Those are Roaches obviously freeing up from the Stasis Ward, trying to escape away right now. We've seen the Roaches still stepping over. Again, the +3 attack upgrade coming through. The Observer and the Fleet Beacon coming by. The Adrenal Glands coming up as well. You'll see our Great Aspire still building. But staying maxed out, Rogue obviously has had the money to do that. He's only a 4-base Zerg right now, though. 5th base went down. He's going to try and re-establish one to the right side. herO trying to recreate that 4th in the front, so is going to try and get himself onto some better economy to keep on playing with here. Rolling Roach Ravageur moving through, the Banes gathering up, the Zealots going to take the chance to charge forward as well, and the Roaches will be there immediately to meet this. It's going to come about. A couple of Banes going down immediately as well, so that's going to be a shutdown. And we're going to be having the rest of those Archons still stepping through, so again, looking to get some work done as we move about for the moment. Mothership is producing through, +3, finishing, and the Immortal on the way out as well. And Alphas, thank you so much for the 5-month resub. Rogue needs to hit him in the kimchi. Yeah, that's the plan. I'll see if Rogue can figure it out then. Hadn't heard of that strategy, but you know, now you say it, it all makes sense. Couple of Lings still going after the Zealot, looking to clear that out. Eight Broodlords still in production, so we bring that straight up. Just going to be having the again flyer attack upgrade coming through, the +3 melee upgrade coming about as well. Phoenix still moving on in and cruising around for now. That hatchery comes up as well. Phoenix pulled back over. Lots of units over on the left-hand side. Going to move about as well. Just going to keep on coming through the Great Aspire. The Broodlord's now out and about to settle down. We've seen the Great Aspire. The Broodlord's going to try and do some damage there, moving about a little bit. Broodlords coming through, the few Zerglings are coming around, the Great Aspire continue to get going for a couple of moments. So again, seeing what might happen here, just going to have ourselves the push forward. Big push, obviously the Broodlord's getting chased away. herO having a good fight here so far. Melee and the Carapace upgrade still coming through, going to have the Time Warp trying to come down, man. Does Rogue have what he needs to fight this? I'm going to say it's not really feeling like it. Those few Broodlords in the back are going to be kind of the last thing standing. We have some anti-airs left over. We've got a few Stalkers, a couple of Archons. The Broodlord's starting to take some shots. Last couple going down. The Mothership's still healthy as well. We even have a Tempest in the back as well. So yeah, we are good. herO's going to push through. Problem is, you see the reinforcements from Rogue are a bunch of Lings and Corruptors. That's not going to be enough to shut this down, and this big army shove from herO is good to take game 2. We're tied 1-1, and we are going to go for a game 3 as this one goes the distance. herO and Rogue giving us some games, so all we needed was herO to show up, and all of a sudden we're getting some game 3s. You'll love to see it. So, into our third map then, as we decide this series. Like I say, could be a big one. Win here for Rogue, you know, you go 2-1 with herO having been played is kind of a pretty big deal, honestly. So, you know, like I say, every matchup really does count in this group stage format. So, big game right now. As we'll drop a lobby link down, get everyone in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ready. Means we are officially good to go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Alright. Let's go into Talk Mac. Get this one started up. In the top right-hand side, we're going to have ourselves the blue Zerg player. This is Rogue. On the bottom left, herO. Does it get to game 3? So, away we go. Seeing what is going to happen. Probably moving about. Getting set to roll. And just going to be seeing a couple of drones. Let's do a spawning pool coming up at the moment. And ready to go. Thing comes about. I'm going to chase the probe. It's going to be seeing the Ling Speed, Queen, and the few drones coming through. And let's just have ourselves the Warp Gate Stalker and the Stargate. No surprises once more. We have seen some non-Stargate builds lately in PvZ. Some of the guys getting aggressive, especially against the Zergs that like the melee upgrades and so on. Coming through, a couple of queens coming up, the hatchery coming about. Drones and the overlords all coming over as the probes come in. And get that set up and see where we're going to take things. We're going to see the Oracle moving through, a couple of Adepts continue to come over. going to be seeing the Stalker pinging away at the Overlord. And it's going to be seeing the Oracle peeling out over to the left-hand side. Stalker going to ping over, you're going to take some damage. There's going to be an Overlord going down. Rogue. Slight supply block. Just again see the Oracle and the Adept continuing back. Well, Queen's going to be there, Oracle getting turned about, melee upgrade coming through, the Twilight Council and the Forge coming over, and just have ourselves the Nexus building up on that third base, getting that set straight away. And then Twilight Forge, Gateway and the Nexus all coming through, the couple probies coming about, the Lings catching some of the Adepts at the front. Damage dealt, a few Adepts going to recall back. So we've seen the Oracle coming through, dropping a little Stasis Ward down into the Mineral Lines. Just for the moment is the drone getting caught there as well. I mean, just obviously early harass adding up. Once again, it's that melee upgrade, but nothing really from herO to take advantage of that. Like I say, we've seen a lot of builds lately that seem to have been looking to deny that specifically more than anything else. Leveling and the +1 both coming through. Got the Adepts going to go for a little bit of a shade around for a few moments. Melee upgrade and the Wings still producing by. Run away for a couple seconds. So, drones on the run, but should be able to get back. Those Adepts will still threaten, though. Temple Archives and the extra gate's going to be online very shortly. Just going to be seeing the few Lings going to be there. Queen's actually get across, deny the Oracle. Next Oracle taking some damage as well, so Oracle taking some hits. Again, +1 and Blink coming through. Temple Archives is about to finish. Blink Bane still gathering together as well. So just going all of that gathered up. Hydra Den reducing through for now. Additional drones coming in. The Overseer coming by. Looking good right here. Like I say, some extra drones in production. The double Hydra Den. Is that a choice or is that a mistake? Is that like double Hydra upgrades, or are we just forgetting we built the first one? Because, yeah, that's obviously not super normal, to say the least. And +1 charge coming through. The few Stalkers finish up. Gateway and the Nexus coming by. Stalkers will be there. Overseer goes down. The few Banes are going to connect in for the Adepts. They're going to go down. The Ling's getting there as well, so nicely done. I'll go back around the top. Manifestation pit about to finish. We've seen the Storm coming through, charge on the way. Couple probies coming and taking down, so he's going to get after some Lings. 5-3 probes, but that's going to be about it for the Ling run by, so not much else to really be done there. Banes, those probes going down. Just going to see the Storm and the armor upgrade still coming through as well. Just going to have ourselves the Hive building. I mean, 8 probes go down. Not a bad little set of attacks from Rogue, but it's not really game changing. That's the sort of thing you can recover from as herO so far. And I imagine he will aim to be recovering from this for the moment. Hive on the way up. The Lurker Den is building out. Hatchery still building into play as well. So again, that hatchery up. Like I say, the Lurk then coming through. Looking for the fight. Couple of Zealots taking damage. Going to be seeing the feelings going down. It's going to be seeing the hive and the Lurk then continue coming through. Extra hatches coming about. Plus 2 attack halfway done. Plus the armor coming up. Couple of storms coming down. We are going to see the Archons having to be morphed, which is a little scary here. And those units are going to be stranded for the moment. No recall out. So we are going to be seeing ROYALE getting a cleanup on the left side. How did he do over on the right? There's not that many Zealots. I feel like he might be okay. Just a few Stalkers left, and against the Lings, they're not going to fare too well. herO has to back it up, and Rogue is playing cleanup across the map so far. Still got a couple Lings going in after that High Templar, still chasing through there. See a few Stalkers turning back the other way as well. 2 upgrades coming over, Seismic Spines, and the Lurk is all coming online. A few more Hydras and drones building up as well. We'll shoot. I'm going to get Stalkers after an Overlord. Lings in the main base again, by the way, so ROYALE with another successful run by once more. Coming straight through once again. The +2/+2 upgrades continue to come over. We are going to see the Zealots going back the other way. Couple Lings going to jump onto the cannon. Damage being done. Seismic Spines finishing very shortly. +2 missiles coming up. Adrenal Glands as well. Those additional Lurkers coming by. The Lings wanting to wrap around on the Zealots. I'm just going to be looking to clean that up right now. Spire will build. Just going to see the few Zealots coming through over the other side. Lurk's going to burrow. A nice little revelation there from the Oracle. Not bad at all. Push some storms down. Just going to be pushing those Lurkers away back over to the center. Rogue decides to swing around over to the right. Lurkers. I feel like the Lurkers are going to do okay here. Yeah, actually, honestly, I wouldn't mind if they right-click those 2 High Templar, they could have got those killed off. That would have been a little better of a trade at least. herO still loses a good amount of supply. But it does stop Rogue kind of in his tracks. Rogue has to go back to rebuilding, and that gives herO a chance to get more of the units up that he needs in general to beat this composition that Rogue is heading into. Rogue gonna keep it crazy with some Dropper Lords as well, so really just trying to stay active around the map in any possible way. What is the next move looking to be from Rogue? I mean, right now just more of the same. herO is prepping that Stargate and Fleet Beacon. So he's not far away from kind of teching up and switching up here. There's a couple of those Crypt Humans going down once again. We're going to move back up this ramp. Zealots and Archons taking some hits. Storm coming down as well. Zealots up top going to get rid of the hatchery, and there's going to be one less base for Rogue to work from. He's still at 5 base circs. I don't think it's the end of the world, but you want to try and maintain some of these bases, especially as the Protoss is hitting 5 base of his own very soon. And I'm going to fire. Overlord will take shots. Double Stargate on the way in. And again, Immortal in the +1 attack upgrade, or +1 flyer. Air weapons coming through as well means that we are going to be well set on the later game kind of air army. And it is going to be Tempest to begin building up here. Rogue, no Spire. Okay, he does have a Spire. There's no Corruptors yet, as there's no reason to be, but I would imagine as this goes by, I mean, we're just going to continue to take from one side to the other what we're meant to be doing, so no real issues just yet. There is the 3 additional High Templar coming in. That Storm is sticking around a little bit, doing some more damage. Might as well shoot. The Assimilator is going to begin going down. We get some Zealots warping in over the side. The Oracle's going to come back through. I mean, yeah. Nice little idea of dropping the lurkers in somewhere. Rogue, I was going to say, this is a moment for him to maybe move elsewhere if he feels like there's a chance. And he is going to start moving around the left side. So the lurkers are going to show up, and once they're in position, they're so tough to remove. You're going to see storms. What are we going to do about them? I mean, Rogue... I mean, there's no point running the Lings back through the storms. Obviously, that was a disaster, but the lurkers are still here. Is it going to be enough? Because we lost a lot of the Ling support. And those lurkers are dying quickly. Rogue's supply has just plummeted as we see herO getting the cleanup, and a big cleanup it is. A couple of those lurkers still after some probes, still making some work happen. GG says Rogue, as herO just has too much. That fight was way too good for him. Pretty chaotic game, but I gotta say that herO honestly did a pretty good job of maintaining through the chaos and just obviously closing out toward the end as well. GG. Thank you, Dohi, for that 4-year resub as well. 4 years. Always crazy to see the big yearly resubs. Is amazing. So thank you so much on that. Appreciate you. And yeah, we've got 1 series left. Are we really there? 1 series left only? It's been a pretty speedy day, guys. We're 3.5 hours in. See how this best of 3 of herO versus Creator goes, as that's going to be coming up next with some PvP. After that, guys, we will be doing some Marvel Strike Force on the stream. That'll be coming up after. Awesome. Weird, Solar looks so much stronger than Rogue as Zerg lately. Solar's been stronger than Rogue for a long time. I mean, it does help that Solar never went to the military yet, and Rogue obviously did. That definitely has an impact, so... I mean, Rogue's still good, but he's not the Rogue that he once used to be, you know? It's pretty fair to say. Alright guys, just waiting for... Oop. Where's run coming in? I forgot if News joining us, but he's disappeared. It might be re-logging, to be fair. Not sure. Still live on YouTube. Let's see. Oh, it is done. Alright. I think we're set. As we go herO Creator, some PvP. Get this on the way on Tighter Citadel to start off this matchup. Okay, that's ready to go. Has anyone here tried Tempest Rising? New RTS, people seem to be positive about it, thinking about buying it to try. We did a couple sponsors Tempest Rising. Yeah. It was fun, but I'm not an RTS guy as much as I'm a StarCraft guy. If you're into like Command and Conquer and stuff, it's really fun, I think. For me, it was a little bit too many small units and like more kind of grand overarching RTS. Kind of a little bit frustrating trying to control things. I mean, I think it's fun if it's your kind of game. I think it was very solid. It was good sounds. It was good movement. Just not quite for me. I mean, actually, someone you just reminded me. Someone was messaging me about doing another sponsorship for it, and maybe even running a tournament for it. But I haven't heard back from them in a hot second. So I guess that's not happening. But yeah, I'd say it's pretty. I'd say it's pretty fun. It's not StarCraft, so if you're looking for like, if you're thinking it's like a replacement to SC2, it's not. But like, if you're looking for something Command and Conquer, then it's very fun. Kind of that. It's got more of that older school RTS vibe, I guess. That makes sense. What does it mean for SC2 with the BlizzCon announcement? I've said this a couple times, basically a daily question, but pretty much nothing. The BlizzCon announcements are very whatever. Like, is it nice that StarCraft 2 is going to be there? Yes. Is it anything more than a glorified show match? Pretty much no. So, like, it's not a bad thing, but if you think it's like the second coming of StarCraft 2 and we're saved and Blizzard cares about us, they've got a long way to go to get to that point. So, yeah. What was the announcement? Basically, there's going to be the Blizzard Classic Cup at BlizzCon. So StarCraft 2, Heroes of the Storm, Warcraft 3, and StarCraft Remastered will be part of like a kind of like a fun tournament thing. I imagine there'll be some decentish prize money, but like I say, it'll be like for StarCraft 2. My guess is 4 players play like 2 best-of-3s and a best-of-5 at most. Because they're sharing the stage with the other games, so it's going to be like half a day. It's not going to be anything. It's not going to be anything more than that. If it's anything more than that, I'll be very pleasantly surprised. So yeah, and just to reinforce this, because I said this every other time as well, it's not being negative; it's just being real. You know, it's pretty much just a show match, more or less. So I saw some people thinking, is it a circuit? Is it the new thing? It's just not really that at all. So. Hallucination. Going to the upper left-hand side. By Council, Nexus, the Wolfgate coming over, Stalking the Sentry going to be there, Hallucination flying through. Let's just have our Twilight Council coming up on both sides, Nexus coming over, Wolfgate and the Probes building, adding on a Stalker as we go as well. So we get that set up, a couple Probies stepping by, the Twilight Council still coming over. Hallucination still steps up, the charge is on the way from the Twilight Council as we just have and Hallucination coming by, Stalker firing, going to go after the Hallucination for the moment. And yeah, Blink on the way up, getting that settled in. Charge in the Dark Shrine coming through as well, adding on a gateway, so going to get a little bit sneaky here from herO up to the top side. Maybe something if it's an open qualifier at BlizzCon. I imagine it's going to be like fan favorite or like the best of the best, you know? I can't imagine they do an open qualifier. Maybe they do. Honestly, if there's an open qualifier, that's a win. It's still not a big deal, though. Like, you know, don't get me wrong, it's nice. It's just as nice as some of these other, like, 10K tournaments we've had going on, right? It's just as nice as, like, a, you know, a Star as a Gore or whatever, you know? But, yeah. Blink is building. We do have Stalker Sentry around the top side, making some moves at the moment. Nation going to go across. It's going to be some the Dark Shrine, Gateway, Nexus, and Blink coming online. And yeah, we just get set up. Couple of DTs going to be building right away. Both those DTs making their way across. We're going to have the robot up, so it's about getting the observer out and just chrono boosting it to make sure it's out ASAP here. How much can the DTs get done in that time frame is going to be a big question. As right now, the DTs take a turn away for a second. That first one already getting through the natural, now going to go toward the main. Hallucination checking around. And Blink just on the way up. And yeah, just going to be seeing our Dark Templar moving about for a little bit as well. Next on both sides, Forge is coming through. Just going to see our Immortal on the way up as well. Just going to be seeing the Blinking +1 coming by. Gateways in production. Get all of that at rolling. So yeah, charging +1 coming up. A couple of gates coming through. So let's take the watchtower, just going to end up going over back to that right-hand side. Getting gateway in the Dark Shrine up to the top. We are going to see Hallucination hanging about. DD stepped in, a couple of probes. Taking some damage, so a couple of workers going down, 4 workers so far. Now 6, 7, so we're actually getting some damage in the end here. We're going to have recall to respond to this. And probe is dead, but yeah, the recall comes in. That should kill us DT, which is literally walking into the main. Could maybe stay on the natural for a couple more seconds, but he's moving. Mortal Zealot Stalker coming about. The Archive is going to build from herO. Let's see, finally herO going to play cleanup on these couple of structures in the upper right side. So clean up over there. The couple hallucinations going to try and find herO some info down to the bottom side. Heading straight down. Stalker Zealot in position. Temple Archives is about to complete, so we'll have ourselves the Archons on the way. There's an upgrade lead from herO too. It's going to get evened up for the moment. Ability to kind of settle down. I mean, there's going to be openings where, like I say, that upgrade lead is going to be there and it's going to be a factor, so we'll see how it plays out. Around the left-hand side. Spreads out over to the right. herO. It's going to find herO completely out of position here, no? Step up, heading toward the natural. herO's going back in from the right, but herO is going to be in position, so up this ramp, but now taking a pretty straightforward fight. Zealot on Zealots gets the Stalkers under the Prism and knocks that down immediately. Try and blink through as herO as a bit of a response to this. A few Stalkers going down. Still got the +2 attack upgrade coming on up on either side. It's not going to be done for this fight, and that means that as herO backs away low on supply, he is going to be taking the upgrade advantage and then never utilizing it, because I don't think he comes back anytime soon. Maybe just before the +2 is done, maybe. A little teeny bit possibility right there. Stalker stepping across. A couple of Zealots going to be right there as well. He's going to be seeing the blink back for the moment. +2 starting, +3 attack on the way as well. Just getting that going. Extra Zealots in production in the top right side, chasing a few Stalkers down. Stalkers get themselves away. They will just get themselves out of trouble for the moment, so we get reset for a little bit. Now we can see the Zealot's going to come back through once more. It's just going to come straight back in one more time. Let's see, our +2 attack upgrade about to finish. Immortal and Zealots all coming through. We have the Stalkers going in after the Robo facility here. It's going to take a few more shots. A couple of Mortals stepping by. They're going to come in and chase the Stalkers down for the moment. So again, we have our +3 attack upgrade on both sides, and there's a lot of units still morphing in from herO to the top right. His supply is just steamrolling up by Ray. I felt like that previous fight was fine on either side. Resources lost is fairly even, and yet herO, is now 85 to 62 army supply and ready to run on in. It's not even like there's a ton of tech units here. Like, there's a few mortals from Creator that aren't here from herO necessarily. He's got 2 mortals too, honestly. Like, Creator just coming out of this in a rough spot, and now herO looking to run by and just get on top of this army again. So running straight up here on Taito, as we are going to blink up, get rid of the Arc on the few Zealots warping in. We could have maybe got the Pylon warping in those Zealots. We don't. We're going to leave the Zealots on the left side from herO. Going to get us around on the Immortal Stalkers. Will help the damage output on those, and Creator just gets swept. And that is going to be GG's. herO going to take game 1. Alright. Well, that was a plain simple game number 1. We'll head into game number 2 here in a second. It's ready to go. Yo, thank you so much for installing Marvel Strike Force. Again, guys, just before we get into what could be our final game of SC2 today, also our level 5, love to see it. Thank you, thank you. Just before we get into that, just to mention, obviously, towards the fact that if you do want to support the stream for free, check out Marvel Strike Force, !Marvel in the chat, and you can use it to download the game. Installing the game alone, it gives us some money, straight up, just cash the moment you install the game. Getting level 2, 5, 10, 20, etc. continues to do that as well. And if you complete your daily objectives 2 and 5 days in a row, we get even more. So a great way to support the stream for free. Put 5 to 10 minutes into the game a day for the next few days. You will probably add up to being worth $20 to $25 of value on the stream. If 100 people, okay, if 100 people did the daily objective 5 days in a row, we would run a $2,000 StarCraft 2 tournament off of it, right? Like that's how good it is. It's that good of a deal. So I'm not going to probably get 100 people to do that, but the more the people that try it, the better. Check it out with !Marvel. I appreciate you if you do. And with that, let's get into game 2 of Creator vs. herO. We are going to be playing that on stream when we finish up this series very shortly. Alright, in the top right-hand side, our Blue Protoss player up 1 is going to be herO. A little bit of a funky PvP. We'll see what Creator can do in game number 2. I thought he was going to be kind of okay, and then he just got swarmed in the end. Kind of crazy. Get into this next one. What did he just tell them? It'll increase the chance of luring StarCraft. Look, I'm not gonna put the bait on the hook that I can't. Yeah, I'm not going to put the bait on the hook that's not necessarily going to deliver, you know? Alright, couple gates coming through. Get set up and take a couple of moments here for game 2 of this BO3 last match of StarCraft 2 today, which means this could be our last map if herO gets the 2-0 and confirms himself a 3-0 start to the group. We shall see. Just a reminder that when we do Marvel Strike Force, guys, that's going to be streamed only on Twitch. We do not have the requirements. We're not sponsored to stream it on YouTube, so it's going to be one of the rare times we're going to be turning the YouTube off. So, yeah. In case you do want to hang out on, with us afterwards, we will still be live on Twitch if you want to just hang out and watch the sponsor with us. Obviously understand if you don't, that's all good. Just thought I'd mention it because, yeah, it's very rare we don't do stuff on YouTube that we're doing on Twitch already. So, yeah, I'll be doing that on Twitch after the after this game or in the game after, depending if Creator ties it up. Let's be honest, if we want to see Sarah on the Wardy Cup, we need 300 people to do Strike Force for 3 to 4 days. Yeah, can you imagine? is it a requirement to turn YouTube off or a lack of requirement to turn it on? The sponsorships with Twitch. They don't pay me to stream it on YouTube. I'm not going to put content on my YouTube. I don't have to. It's kind of funny because in this era of multi-streaming, nobody seems to have kind of caught on to the fact that, like, you should probably pay for the sponsorships across multiple platforms. It's kind of weird because a lot of the time, so the way sponsorships work from the kind of company's perspective, right, is they're usually targeting a certain platform, right? There's very few kind of sponsorship campaigns that target multiple platforms, like across like a broad spectrum in the gaming sphere. So a lot of the time people are like, hey, we really want to try and target the YouTube audience. We feel like people who watch YouTube are the kind of people who will buy our game and test it out and play it. Or they're like, hey, we want to hit the Twitch audience. And very rarely is there a crossover, and if there is, combining the two is like a completely foreign concept. Recently when I've been getting sponsorship deals, they're like, you know, yeah, what's your rate? I'm like, oh, it's this and that. And I was like, and also, if you want me to stream it on YouTube as well, I can do that for an extra XYZ. And they're like, oh. They're like, how does that work? I'm like, oh god, you guys don't know what YouTube streaming is. Like, but it's a very real thing where I feel like companies and sponsorship people are just very underprepared against the about this kind of multi-streaming thing that everyone's doing now, and it's kind of funny. So yeah, but it's kind of strange just in general, right? So like I said, it's a bit funky. There was another example I was going to use, but I've forgotten what it is. What was I thinking of? I can't think of it. Well, actually, so yeah, what's funny, because I'm doing an Anno 117 sponsorship, and they specifically asked me to do a YouTube video, right? And I was like, well, that's so weird. When they asked me to do it, they were like, how much do you want? I'm like, well, look, I don't usually do YouTube videos, like dedicated videos. That's not really me. So it's going to cost this much. Anyways, they come back and they say, that's fine. Let's do it. And when I get the brief, there's like, hey, if you're creating a Twitch stream, do this. B, YouTube video, do that. Or C, a short, do this. I was like, in what world did you guys sponsor me to make a YouTube video when my Twitch stream is so much more successful and gets so many more eyes on it? This was like completely baffling to me. And then it's really weird that you just don't like it's really weird that if they just like me as a creator, they then don't just say, hey, why don't we get you to do a bit of both? Because then we're hitting all parts of your audience, right? It's very interesting. So yeah, anyways, a little rant, not really a rant, but just discussion over. Let's just have the blink coming up on both sides. Third next is already coming down from creator, same for herO. Everyone is kind of mirroring each other for the moment as a few stalkers begin to step forward. Again, blink coming through, just going to be having our forge and gateway coming about for a little bit here. And those stalkers with the Oracle ready to go and push into the third base in the next few moments. Stasis is going to come online, so it's going to get that set up as herO has an escape plan. Tries to hit a first stalker, good blink back. And we are already falling back as herO into those stasis wards, hoping that creator chases into them. But he sees them now with the observer, so he will at least get rid of the first, and will likely end up getting rid of the second. You love Command & Conquer, you wish they continued that? Have you tried Tempest Rise in Montian? It's very Command & Conquer-y. It's by a bunch of the Command & Conquer devs, if I'm not mistaken. And if you haven't tried Tempest Rising, it's got a very similar feel. So, might be something you like. Hashtag not sponsored, because they didn't like my tournament idea, but unless they get back to me last second, I guess. It was a cool game. We did do a bunch of Tempest Rising sponsorships. We did at least 2 different ones, I think. Stalkers swinging across, Stalkers getting chased. It's going to be seeing those Stalkers backing away. For both, they probably thought it's too much money. I mean, these are sponsorship campaigns that have probably upwards of like $1 million at stake, you know? Like, it's not like I'm the only person they're asking to play the game, because the way the sponsorship campaigns work is you basically target so many creators at the same time, and that surge of viewership / interest in your game carries into Steam clicks and downloads and pre-orders, and that has a big positive knock-on effect. The most effective type of sponsorships are like campaigns that are like $1 to $2 million, where you spread it across a bunch of big creators, you sprinkle in some smaller ones, you try and hit as many different people as possible by hitting these different creators, all within the same time period. So I just found it interesting that, like, I just find it interesting that if you like one guy on Twitch, okay, I find it interesting that if you like me enough to ask me to do a YouTube video, you wouldn't like me enough to ask me to do a Twitch stream, unless they already had enough people doing Twitch streams and they had a certain amount of budget there. It's just, I just found it interesting. Like, I mean, I'm not going to complain, just, I thought it was really interesting that they'd rather have a YouTube video, because for the same amount of money, I reckon they could have got like 5 times the viewership on a Twitch stream. But alas, that is not how it went. Plus 2 on the way on both sides, charge coming through, the Dark Shrine is building. Now we're going to be seeing our Stalkers and Zealots going to get around the bottom. Bunch of Zealots around the left-hand side as well. I see the Stalker Zealot coming through. That Robo Facility is going to get jumped on, so that's going to get taken out immediately. It's nice from herO just getting in. He's actually down on supply. He's going to lose some units here as well, going after pylons in the main base, showing up on this left side. Might be able to kill off the 4th base. Does he have a recall available for these Stalkers? No. So these Stalkers just need to run around and just try and play getaway. Buy as much time as possible. Again, herO giving up a lot of supply for this. These Zealots get cleaned up? They did. Other Zealots coming in to greet them. And very reckless kind of gameplay from herO, who's just kind of throwing units at his opponent and hoping that something sticks here. Top Stalker and chased away. We are going to see a few more units coming up. So herO having to run, but then he engages down the bottom side. He actually supply block Creator significantly. Creator's building 10 pylons. So Creator's not being able to warp in this for a second, which has helped herO to kind of get back in this game. Creator just floating a bunch of money because of what just went down. So that is going to be the reason kind of herO comes out. Like, this kind of crazy play kind of works in kind of the unexpected manner, honestly. So you can see a few more Stalkers back over here. The few Zealots gathering on the other side. Just seeing the extra Zealots coming up. The armor upgrade, Chrono boosting. A bit of Zealot Stalker moving about also right now. And the rest of these Stalkers moving up in toward the 3rd base. So just going to jump on in on this one. As we do have a few Zealots recalling once again. Now we have DT showing up, and herO having to pull probes against them kind of tells you all you need to know. Now, this game is scrappy, messy, and no one really has a proper defense set up for anything right now. So we are a little bit all over the place. Zealot Stalker going to move out over to the right side. Zealot Immortal joining to the top. A few Stalkers there as well. Get onto this left side base. So that next is going to be in some trouble. Going to see the Zealots charging through. I mean, this goes down instantly as Creator is out of position, so we're going to go into, what, another base trading kind of scenario? Yes, we are. So in we go, Stalker Zealot moving up. Obviously, herO got the dive onto that base early. He's going to have his main base shut down kind of quickly, so that could be a factor. Lose some warp-ins here. Army supplies are pretty even going into this. We have Dark Templar available from Creator 2. herO has 2 observers for detection. Stalker still flanking, workers going down. Just going to be seeing the rest of the Zealots coming over as well. The Immortal pulling back over the side. A few Zealots getting into the natural expansion right there. Just going to be seeing the few probes gathering up. The Zealots still charging forward. Just going to dive through for the moment. The Zealots going in after the probes, going in after that Immortal. It will be cleaned out. Just seeing the issue that I have for Creator is that... Okay, so herO recalls over here. Gets a little cleanup. Still gonna have that Nexus in trouble. I mean, Creator has 25 probes. Are they all in the main? No, they should be out on the map, right? He has money to spend as well, so we're fine to keep base trading for a while. herO has this base over here. Oh, herO's actually gonna look to take this fight. He wants to jump on this army. So is he gonna take the trade? He's up a bit of army supply, to be fair, so it looks like he will try for it. Zealots coming in from the other side is nice. These Zealots all here from Creator getting clumped up, so not all of them fighting at the same time. So it's a much better fight here from herO as he takes this engagement and pushes through. GG is going to be called. That is going to do it. And we are going to have ourselves herO 2-0 to take the W. GG's. Alright, so herO takes it 2-0 and will be 3-0 at the end of the day. Just like that. Alrighty guys, what we're going to do is I'm going to throw some ads on and we're going to get ready to do some Marvel Strike Force. So if you want to join us and play in the sponsorship, install the game as BioNetZ just did as well, and start playing it with us. We're going to play it as well, so you can follow me along, you can play as I play, and check it out. And yeah, get those first levels in, get some daily objectives done. We're going to figure out a little bit together on the stream, so yeah, get it downloaded. I'm just going to take a couple of minutes while I get set up, and then we'll jump into some Marvel Strike Force, guys. Korean Royale will be back on Friday with more Group A action. Tomorrow will be some OSC mid-season playoffs if you're looking for more StarCraft 2. So tomorrow, OSC mid-season playoffs. Thursday, I'm off for the day. I've got some real-life stuff. And Friday is going to be more Korean Royale. But BRB, we'll do some Marvel Strike Force. If you want to hang out with the sponsorship, then stick around. If you're on YouTube, then I will see you guys later. Or come join us on Twitch. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. BRB.